So we're going to be covering absolutely everything. Your go-to anti-airs, essential buttons, all of his special moves, combos and setups, and then Sagat's general game plan. So this is going to be one video that explains everything about the character, and I have absolutely no script as usual. So as you can imagine, this video is going to be very, very, very long. So I apologize in advance, but please use the timestamps so you can pace yourselves. I'll put tons of timestamps in this, so making it easy for you guys to come back to and just check specific sections. It's gonna be fun doing this though. Sagat's an awesome character. All right, so first topic, anti-airs. Your go-to anti-airs. Your two most important anti-airs, I would say, with Sagat is standing heavy kick and of course his tiger uppercut. So if you're an absolute beginner Sagat, standing heavy kick is a great starting point to anti-air Sagat, and it's really important that you anti-air Sagat because you're gonna be jumping on you a lot because of how long range your buttons are, and of course, you know, you zone. So standing heavy kick, you could just throw it out as soon as the opponent jumps in. It has a fantastic hitbox on this thing. It will rarely, if ever, trade. It's just a super good anti-air. But if you want to get more out of it, you can get a lot of damage if you use it when your opponent is really close to you. So you'll notice when Sagat does his heavy kick, it does two hits like this, right? You want to hit with the first part, the knee part, before his leg sticks out. So if you time it right, you'll get that first hit and it's cancelable. You can get more damage, so you can go like this, meterless, and then get your level 3 out, which does a lot of damage for an anti-air. If you use it too early like this, it's gonna whiff. Don't be scared to use it because like I said, the hitbox on this thing is fantastic. It's a legitimate anti-air. So you can extend it and spend some meter, and then you got crazy corner carry into safe jump. It's really rewarding. Now, even though I said it's for beginner Sagats, even if you're more of an advanced Sagat player, heavy kick is still really underrated. It's very good against bad jumps. And what I mean by bad jumps is like people that jump in like complete neutral when nothing's going on. They just go for it because they think you're gonna throw out a tiger shot or something, you know? That's when, instead of doing tiger uppercut, which, you know, is not going to do as much damage, it's better to just do heavy kick. Because then you just get a much higher reward on a bunch of things with Sagat. It's really good. But don't worry, I'm going to go over more combo stuff with his anti-airs in the combo section. The next go-to, obviously, is his signature tiger uppercut. Nothing is going to replace its anti-air invincibility and its just raw speed. But obviously, it's going to require some execution. And you have to know your spacing as well. Otherwise, you know, you're going to go underneath the opponent. So I'll also be giving some execution tips in the specials section for Sagat's tiger uppercut. But yeah, I would say standing heavy kick and tiger uppercut would be the two most important anti-airs of the character. But let me just briefly talk about some other anti-airs that you should consider with Sagat. Another one I would say would be standing heavy punch. Now, this isn't for people jumping at you. This is for people jumping up or sometimes away from you, because Sagat's standing heavy punch goes so darn far, right? So there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna play against you and they're gonna look like this because they're afraid of your tiger knee. You're gonna try to bait your tiger knee, so they're gonna neutral jump a lot on you. So when that happens, just hit them out of the air with standing heavy punch. Heavy punch is really good for that. You'll tag a lot of people. It's just like free damage. You'll see this a lot in the corner too. Same thing. People will jump backwards in the corner like this. Just hit them with heavy punch. It's just fast enough where like you don't have to think too much about it. And like heavy kick could be good too, but heavy kick doesn't go as far as you can see, right? Heavy punch goes really far. Then we have back heavy punch. Back heavy punch is really rewarding if you can land it, because you get a lot of meterless damage from it because it's cancelable. The problem is the hitbox is not the best. You have to do it really early. It trades a lot, and sometimes you'll outright get beat. So if your spacing is not perfect and your speed is not perfect on it, you're just gonna trade like a ton. But sometimes that can be beneficial too. If you trade and you're nice and close, you can still land an uppercut after, like old school Street Fighter 4 styles, and then you can go into your level 3 that way. And sometimes even if you're close enough, you can like dry rush too. Like I like to dry rush standing light kick, for example, and then you can go like dry rush light kick into heavy uppercut, and that also goes into level 3. Or you can go into like tiger knee, really good corner carry as well. But I personally don't use back heavy punch, so I don't recommend it too much. In the corner, maybe you want to look out for it more, because in the corner your spacing is going to be easier, right? Because people are going to try to jump out of the corner. So, but it's really more character specific, right? As you can see, Chun-Li is training a lot with me, even when my timing is good. So then you have Sagat's forward heavy kick. Forward heavy kick is really slow. It's 16 frames, but it's good for like those full screen jump-ins. Like if someone jumps in like this, you can get a forward heavy kick. Now, if you get lucky and you hit them really, really high up in the air, like, I don't know, let's say like Akuma is doing an air fireball or something, then yeah, you can go into your supers from this. Like you can go into like level 1, or you can go into your level 2 or level 3, whatever, if you hit them high enough. But in realistic scenarios, you're mostly going to hit them like at this kind of thing where you don't get much from it. So I would recommend at least doing a double dash. So if you hit someone full screen, double dash forward, and then depending on how high you hit them, you should be either plus or 0 in front of their face. So you can at least get something out of it. But most of the time you'll see forward heavy kick like as a full screen jump like this. But at least you get something from it. You could do medium tiger knee as well, but sometimes you'll accidentally side switch yourself or you won't be point blank. So that's why I recommend double forward dash in that situation. Then we have Sagat's air to airs. So jumping medium punch, jumping heavy kick. So the difference is that jumping medium punch is faster. It starts up in 8, and jumping heavy kick is a little slower. It's 10. So jumping medium punch, you can get like an uppercut, and then you can go into level 3. Most of the time you're going to see this once again when the opponent's in the corner, or when there's like a big call out when you like know they're going to jump and you just want to flinch react like this. It could be helpful. I prefer using the jumping heavy kick actually, because jumping heavy kick, even though it's 2 frames slower, it knocks them up much higher. And it's almost like guaranteed you'll get that uppercut. You see how much more height you get? Like you could do medium uppercut in a lot of cases. So you can get a lot more damage from the heavy kick itself and from the medium uppercut, and then combo into your level 3. You just immediately jump and press heavy kick and you flinch. And I mostly use this once again if the opponent is in the corner. Like the reason I say you want to do this more in the corner is because like let's say you're trying to shimmy or you're close to your opponent like this and they jump at you. If you do your light uppercut, sometimes you'll go underneath them. You're like, right? Like if you see them jump, it's better just jumping medium punch. It's just you don't have to worry about spacing. You don't have to worry about what situation, and you flinch and you do it. That's why I mentioned in the corner. And then finally, there's jumping light punch. So jump back light punch. I recommend this a lot to beginners in general, but once again, in higher level play, if you're not ready for the crosscut, it's good for when people are smothering you and just jumping at you like a maniac. If someone's point blank on you, just jump back jab to stop them like this. You just hit them out of the sky, and then you're back to neutral and you go back to zoning or whatever. So it's just like a good guarantee it's gonna stop them from constantly going bun, and then jumping at you, and then bun, just stopping people that play like this. Like, juries like to do that, and they do jumping heavy punch or whatever, Just jump, you flinch and you go jump back light. Or you can go jump back light kick too. Jump back light kick could be good. And once again, air to airs could be useful against certain things like Honda butt slam, or Bison devil reverse, or JP coming out of the portal, things like that. Sagat has okay air to air tools. But once again, yeah, I'll go over anti-air combo stuff in the combo section of the guide. Those are pretty much your go-tos. I also did a Sagat anti-air guide as well, where I went really in depth on every anti-air Sagat has and their combos as well. So you can check that out on my YouTube channel if you want to go really deep into his anti-air game and give you some ideas. Next section, the meat and potatoes. We're gonna go over Sagat's essential normals. But since normals are such an important part of Sagat's design this time around, pretty much gonna be talking about every single normal. But let's start with Sagat's most important oppressive normal, standing medium punch. You guys are going to be spamming this button, and you'll see great results when you start doing that. So there's a lot to talk about standing medium punch. Okay, first off, this thing starts up really fast. 6 frames. A lot of Sagat's buttons are slow, but this is really fast. It's stubby, and you cannot cancel it into specials, but this thing is +2 on block, so we really want to abuse this. This will be great for chipping the opponent, just spamming it, and then chipping down their drive meter and getting them closer and closer to burnout. So let's talk about it without drive rush first. But most of the time, you'll be using this button because it's stubby. Most of the time, you'll be using it after you knock your opponent down and you're standing right next to them when they're getting up to pressure them, or from drive rush. And we'll talk about the drive rush after. So first off, let's just talk about the regular pressure stuff that I like to do with Sagat. So let's say you get in and then you start your medium punch pressure. You should straight up just do strike, throw, shimmy, mix up from here. So the first thing you could do is that they're scared to press a button because they're +2, so you just throw them. You're not exactly in throw range. You're just a little bit out. You have to micro walk a little bit and just throw them like this. So you just tiptoe forward. It's really fast. And then you toss them. That's the first thing you can do. The next thing you can do is you can do another medium punch. So if they mash buttons and they're not respecting that you're +2, so we'll go like this. Bam. You see that it'll trade, right? Because you're +2 and they're pressing a 4-framer. And it's 6 frames startup. So +11 is a lot where it'll trade in your favor. You can go crouching medium punch and then you can hit them, you know, with a full combo from this. And they're going to eat a lot of damage. Or you can even go crouching fierce, right? Because it's +11. Your crouching fierce is 11. So you can go like this. And then you get monster damage. So it's really scary for your opponent to press here. Or you could just do lights. So I can go like medium punch, crouching light punch into standing light punch. Or actually, it's going to be too far. So since it's a big counter hit, I would go crouching light punch, standing light kick. So like this. Bam, bam. And then you go into medium uppercut. Really easy. But most people are going to be afraid to press here, right? Because they're even if you press medium punch, it will trade. And then, of course, there's the shimmy. So if they press throw, because they're scared that you're going to throw them, then you get the shimmy off. And then they'll eat a lot more damage from there. So that's like you got your straight up strike throw shimmy game. And then as you condition your opponent, you can get a little greedy, right? You can layer it. So you can go medium punch. And then you can walk forward and do another medium punch. And then it starts all over again. Then they're in the mix and they're getting chipped down. So they go medium, medium. And if you keep doing this, eventually your opponent has to guess, right? They have to do something about it. Otherwise, they're just going to get medium punch to death. So you can go medium punch, walk forward, medium punch. And then you can do the lights I'm talking about. So let's get Chun-Li to like press after the second time. Like this. And then that lights I was just talking about, right? Or if they're scared, you go medium and press throw. Or you can go medium and then they press throw and then you shimmy them. So you're pretty much just like resetting the situation. But another thing you'll notice that if you don't want to get greedy and you just press medium like this, eventually you'll get pushed out, right? If you just don't move at all and you get pushed out a little bit. But from here, you still have options. You know, you can go into a crouching medium punch. So this isn't like a perfect frame trap, but you're far away. So a lot of lights will straight up miss you. So let's get Chun-Li to press light punch like this. Like that, you see? It'll still trade. Or sometimes, depending on like your spacing, it'll outright whiff. See how she whiffs? Like that? It's not even hitting me. So that could be really good. You can delay your crouching light punch. So they still have to respect you. And if they're not pressing anything at all, then you're just chipping them down so hard, right? I'm getting a full, like more than 1 bar of drive meter chip from this pressure. So you'll be doing this a lot with Sagat. So you can mix and match, like I said. You can get greedy and reset it. You can mix in your light pressure. Like you can go medium punch and then 3 lights. That does good chip. And there's a mix from chains itself. You know, you can go 1 light punch throw. Or go 1 light punch shimmy. I'm just trying to give you guys like a whole bunch of ideas. There's a lot of layers to this, and it all starts with medium punch with Sagat. It's very important. You can go like this, standing medium punch times 2, crouching medium punch, and then you can go crouching fierce. With drive rush, you get even more options, but you can go like this, crouching fierce into tiger shot, and this will chip an even more amount of meter, right? Like almost 1.5 bars, for example. And then you have your standing light kick as well. That pushes them out. So basically, standing medium punch and observe how your opponent reacts. Do they like to mash? If they like to mash, right, then do more medium punches, or you do lights to check them. If they like to do that, you can go lights, or you can go medium and then trade. If they're very passive and they're holding that, then you can go for chip, like I just showed you guys, or you can throw them. Now, keep in mind, there are some characters. Guile is one specifically that if he does mash lights, he gets pushed out of your attack range. So there's some characters where you have to consider that. I'll show Guile because I think it's important, because Guile might be a common matchup for some of you guys. But I'll get Guile to mash crouching light punch here on block. You see he gets hit, you're +9, but you're out of range, unfortunately. And since you're +9, I can't get my crouching fierce. So Guile in particular is, you know, he still gets damage for mashing, But against Guile, you might want to do lights instead. So you go like this, and then you go lights for him. If he knows that you know, kind of thing, he'll still get punished for mashing like a maniac, right? Or, you know, he still takes damage, and you're still on crouching fierce range, and you could do like Tiger Knee, or you can do Tiger Shot. I'm sorry if I'm over-explaining the standing medium punch, but I think it's really important. It's such a essential part of Sagat, so it's trying to give you guys as much as ideas as I can. Now, another great thing about standing medium punch is even if they don't block and they get hit by it, because sometimes they're going to try to jump away or backdash or something, or not respect it, you're still +6, which is amazing. So you can go standing light punch into uppercut. When you get a little bit better, if you recognize that they're standing, it might be better to go into light Tiger Knee instead. You give up some damage, but you get much better knockdown for pressure. You can dash in without using any meter, and you're really plus in their face. But it does a little less damage. Just keep that in mind. Most people are gonna do medium uppercut because even if they're crouching, it won't matter. But if they're crouching and you try to do Tiger Knee, it's not gonna combo. But if they block, you know, you're gonna be plus. But just something, like I said, to strive for if you recognize that they're standing when you're pressuring them. So once again, like when you're walking forward and you're pressing medium punch a lot, if you recognize they get hit, then you can cash out and then get some damage for it, which is nice. If you land a counter hit with it, like if they're trying to mash and you're close with medium punch like this and you're not trading, then you can get even more damage. You're +8. So the perfect case scenario is you get like back heavy punch, which would be crazy, but you got to be really close. Like this will mostly happen if on your first medium punch, when you're point blank with them, and then you can get some monster damage. You can go like back heavy punch into heavy Tiger Knee into light uppercut. It's explosive damage. Or you can get medium Tiger Shot, and then you can drive rush and extend it further and corner carry them with drive rush, crouching medium punch, heavy punch target combo, and then you get a safe jump from the heavy Tiger Knee. But for the most part, like if you're not point blank, it's gonna whiff. So just keep that in mind. Like that, well, actually that hit there, but then certain things are not gonna combo as well. Maybe just doing the heavy Tiger Knee would be safer, because if I do the Tiger Shot, I might be a little too far in certain cases. You can go crouching medium punch. That's what most people are gonna do. And then from here, you can go into Tiger Uppercut. You can go into, you know, your BNBs with drive rush to extend it further. Heavy Tiger Uppercut, by the way, on the crouching medium punch, so explosive damage and good, better knockdown too. Really good knockdown for that. Okay, now let's talk about the dry rush part of it. Okay, so the dry rush part of it is you get even more medium punches. So when you dry rush medium punch, because of the inertia of the dry rush, now I get 3 mediums instead of 2, like this, see? So even more, and then you look at their dry meter, bam, 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 bam. Like look at that pressure, you know? You go like this, bam, bam. You know, it makes the opponent really uncomfortable. They're losing a lot of meter for blocking. They might tend to try to parry, and then it's basically like Jury. You know, like Jury's drive rush medium punch is pretty much the same thing. In fact, Sagat is so plus on his drive rush medium punch that by pressing another medium punch, it's there's no gap here. The opponent can't do anything. They can't parry. They can't reversal. Nothing. It's a true block string. So I'll get Chun-Li to do a reversal here. So she blocks, she'll do a reversal. If I go like this, see, there's no gap. She can't do it. So you're so plus here that you might want to intentionally delay a little bit to give them the space to make a mistake. So I go like this, like 2 medium punches. She's trying to match crouching light punch, right? Like this. So I'm gonna delay on purpose. I delay on purpose, and then I give her a gap. This is called a frame trap. Delay. And then boom, right? I can do the combos I just showed you guys for monster damage and corner carry. See, that was too far. That was like a good example of that situation. I would just do this. That's really, really, really good. Basically, all the things I mentioned to you before, you just get more options. So even though like they're going to be even more afraid to press a button, and then the perfect thing too is I'm in throw range now. Now I don't have to micro walk. But just keep in mind, if you mash throw, it's gonna whiff because you have to delay the throw a little bit because the throw starts up in 5 and you're +6, so you can't throw them immediately. You just got a slight delay. But obviously, if they mash a button or whatever, you know it's real. You're so absurdly plus. See the counter hit, and then same thing. Just layer it from here. You can go dry rush medium punch, walk forward again. It's even easier to do that and start the pressure all over again. or you can do this and you can walk back, do a shimmy if they're afraid that you're gonna go for the throw. And then you can really see how this medium punch like really opens up Sagat's pressure game. These are all like common things you'll see a lot of the top Sagat players use, and I abuse it like crazy myself because the amount of drive chip, as you can see, when they're blocking this, you're moving on to like 2 bars of chip here, 2 drive bars. It's excellent. In fact, there's sometimes, guys, where I'll spend 3 just to do it again. There's some cases where, like, when I see my opponent has like 2 bars or less, or they're getting really close to burnout, I will straight up go like this, and then I'll drive rush again, and I'll do it all over again just to force that burnout. Like, that's 3 bars. So don't be afraid to do that too, because like I said, if the opponent gets hit at any point, if they try to mash or counter hit, I showed you guys that you can punish them really well. Bugera was like, yeah, really abusing that. It inspired me. Okay, so one last thing I want to mention about this medium punch too, guys, is that the scenarios where your opponent's gonna walk back, right? So the player is going to try to perfect parry you if you're too obvious and you just go medium punch, and they perfect parry you, or they're gonna try to walk back because they want to get out of your pressure. So the ways to deal with this, I've been thinking about this like for a lot, and I've been making a lot of adjustments to this case. So let's get Chun-Li to walk back here. Like, the perfect parry solution is easy. If they go for perfect parry, you just throw them. You know what I mean? You just read the perfect parry and throw them. There's no puzzle to solve there. The puzzle to solve is the back walk. Okay, so let's get Chun-Li to move backwards here. So she's walking back out of my range. So if I press throw, obviously she's out of range. And if I walk forward throw, she's also my range. Chun-Li's pretty fast, but a lot of characters can walk out of Sagat's throw range. So how do we stop her from walking back? If I go low, I can hit her low the first time, but I have nothing that will hit her next. So I can't confirm this, unfortunately. If I go medium kick, they'll be out of range as well to combo from medium kick. So my recommendations for this is you can make a hard read and do either a forward heavy kick or forward light kick. They both have their pros and cons. Forward light kick is good because obviously it hits low. It's going to open them up if they're walking back. And then you're +3 in their face, and then you have a little mix-up from this, right? We'll go over the forward light kick stuff in a bit. And the forward heavy kick is good because let's get Chun-Li to block everything. The forward light kick is -3 on block. So it's not punishable, but if they do happen to block this and you guess wrong, you're going to be kind of in a bad spot, -3 in their face. Whereas the forward heavy kick, even if they block it, you're rewarded with a huge +4. The risk with forward heavy kick is if you're wrong and they're crouching, it's gonna whiff in front of their face. In that case, mash on OD uppercut as fast as you can, and it'll hit people for trying to press slowly. Don't do that, guys. Okay, anyways, if they do block it though, you get a lot of great options. So from here, I can do crouching light kick, standing light punch. So you see she's trying to walk backwards. You see this? She's trying to walk backwards. She can, because you're even more plus. So that's really great. You can go like OD Tiger Shot as well and get a knockdown from that. So that's a great option. And you could just throw them too. Like, you can go like this, and then if they're not walking back further, of course, then you can throw them there. So it's a good way to kind of reset your pressure. Now, like, once again, I just mentioned that both these cases have risks. So it's up to you when you want to do it. But I notice a lot of players walk back, and if you see it, then it would be less risky to go for it. But yeah, a lot of Sagats will either go forward light kick or forward heavy kick in that situation. And there'll be other cases too where people will walk back on Sagat, but it's good to know. I mean, you could just like play it safe, and you could just do crouching medium kick. You won't be able to combo after, but it stops them, right? It checks them. It's just a little bit of free damage. You're +4, and you're at good range. And then after this, you can go standing light kick, get some chip in there. So it's not the end of the world, right? But, you know, if you want to make a harder read and reward yourself, you know, you can get like, you might even be able to get a super in this situation, you know what I mean? Like, you can go like this into like level 3 or something if they're just, you know, abusing walk back like crazy. That is standing medium punch. That's one button with Sagat, but it's, like I said, it's probably his most important ones. Okay, let's quickly go over Sagat's hit confirm buttons now. These are also essential with Sagat. So Sagat, like Elena, is very buttons focused, and he has very powerful buttons that are one hit confirmable that cause a knockdown. Now, this will be a little intimidating for beginners, And I know it says Sagat is an easy character to play on the character selection screen, but this will really separate the average Sagat players from the exceptional ones, is practicing this. Now, if you're a total beginner, I would start with Heavy Punch Confirm, because it's the biggest window. It's massive. It's like 19 frame window. So with Sagat, when you use Heavy Punch, if you see it hit, you have enough time to realize it hits, and then you just press Heavy Kick, and you'll get great damage, and you'll get a knockdown. So you can like dash forward, or you can go Heavy Tiger Knee if you want to be a little bit more bold. It will stop them from pressing a button, but you know, it's easy to perfect parry. So if you want to practice this, you set the block to random, and see if you can hit confirm it, right? You can play it safe and look at the life bar on the top right of the screen, and when you see it turn yellow, you'll know, oh, I can press the button. Practice if you can like react to that, because that's like the easiest way to start off with that. See, I'm waiting for the health bar to turn yellow. Still not turning yellow. Chun-Li, what's going on here? It's really testing me. I'm gonna press it more. There we go. See? And I see it turn yellow, and I press it. And then when you get better, focus on not looking at the life bar, and then see if you could confirm. I just confirmed it there. So this window is very generous. But a knockdown from a button that goes this far, you know, it is really powerful meterlessly. So as you get better, then there's even better hit confirms, because Heavy Punch is quite slow, you know, with Sagat. Like, especially if you guys are in the lower rankings, pressing this button a lot with Sagat is like you're gonna get jumped in a lot. People are gonna DI you. It's very committal, you know. Heavy Punch is most powerful when the opponent is in the corner. That's where it really shines, because in the corner, the opponent can no longer walk out of its range, you know. And if you hit with the tip of it, they have almost nothing to threaten you with. They can't crouch and medium kick you. They're too far away, right? A lot of their buttons don't go as far as Sagat's. Look, even Chun-Li has fantastic buttons. You know, she's got really good buttons, but even she is limited. So if you bully them, you go Heavy Punch like this. Just keep swinging at them. If they're blocking this thing, look at the chip. Bam, chip. It's almost a full bar every time. Bam, bam. And you just wait a bit, right? Are they going to DI? Are they going to jump? And then you anti-air them. You just hit with the tip of this. They can't crouch and medium kick, drive rush out. That's when you really abuse it. And then obviously with your practice, if you see it hits, then boom, you get a knockdown, and then you're in front of their face, and then you can start threatening throw loops or whatever. I would say that, or more medium punches, of course. So that's where Heavy Punch really shines. And of course, like I mentioned before, with the neutral jumps, but in neutral, I don't recommend doing Heavy Punch too much with Sagat, because it's so slow. But as a beginner, if you want to start off learning to hit confirm, I think it's really important as a Sagat player that you at least try. I'm not saying do it 100% of the time, but try. You know, like when you're playing a match, throw it out and see if you can do it, because it's very rewarding. Okay, the other hit confirmable would be standing medium kick. Standing medium kick is much better to throw out in mid screen with Sagat, because it's faster. It's 11. It's still a little on the slow side, but it's an excellent button. So this will stop low attacks. Sagat will have to deal with a lot of people doing crouch medium kick drive rush, right? They'll walk in, they'll try to drive rush cancel, but medium kick stops them in their tracks. It's a great counter poke, because it straight up beats lows. It's designed that way. And for a standing medium kick to also be hit confirmable to a knockdown is very, very powerful when it goes this darn far, right? Look at Ryu's standing medium kick. Like, imagine if Ryu's standing medium kick had a target combo that knocked down, you know? Imagine if Ken... Wait, Ken does have one. Okay, never mind about that. But back to Sagat. Standing medium kick. So the confirm on this thing is harder. It's a lot harder. I think it's like 16 frames. So this one would be more for advanced Sagat players, but same thing. Set the block to random. You know, start by looking at the health bar and see if you can confirm it. And then if you can, then try not looking at the health bar, and then like I just did, you can see if you can confirm it. And if they block it, then, you know, make sure you don't do this, because this on block, this thing on block is minus, right? And the Heavy Punch is very minus. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you price this so you don't get skinned alive. But the reward on this is great, because unlike the Heavy Punch, you get a drive rush knockdown scenario. So you go drive rush, and if they mash buttons on wake up, you should be able to threaten the throw. Should be able to, if you're close enough. I guess if you're doing it at max tippity tip range, you can at least threaten the medium punch. And you guys know how much I like medium punch. So you can threaten the medium punch, bam, bam, and then, you know, into whatever. And then if they're too scared to block, or sorry, if they're too scared to press a button, then you can threaten the throw. You can threaten the medium punch block pressure and yada, yada, yada. So another thing you can do is, if you don't want to spend meter, you can do heavy Tiger Knee. You got Chun-Li to mash a button, and it'll straight up beat them. You can do this with a heavy punch, heavy kick too. She mashes button and wake up. The heavy Tiger Knee perfectly hits meaty. I don't recommend doing this too much. This would be more for like lower ranks because it's telegraphed and easy to perfect parry. But it is something to keep in mind. If you throw it out like once every now and then, you should be fine, and then reward it being a plus in their face, right? Because if they block after, go like this, so you're like +2 in front of their face. That's amazing, amazing reward for a single button meterously. Like that's the dream, the tiger dream. So yeah, medium kick is a button that it's a little bit faster, and you could just go medium kick like this. You know, as a beginner, just throwing this out is excellent button. And then as you get better, learn to hit confirm it. And once again, you could use it in the corner the same way I mentioned. You just don't get as much chip, right? Because it's a medium button, doesn't chip as hard as heavy. But since it's a little faster, right, that can give you more options. You got to be a little bit closer too. So another hit confirm Sagat has that's not used too much would be Sagat's crouching medium punch into heavy kick target combo. This is also one hit confirmable. Same window as the medium kick, I believe. I think it's 16 frames. So it's another tough one. The benefit from this is that unlike this target combo, which doesn't naturally combo, so you can go into any super from this. Level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever, right? And since it's one hit confirmable, for example, when you're doing your Sagat pressure with medium punch like this, when you do your crouching medium punch, you can hit confirm it, right? See if they got hit by it for whatever reason. And if they do, then boom, boom, you can go into your, sorry, wrong target combo, heavy kick, and you do your level 1, that's like over 3,000 damage. Like that's 33%, boom. Heavy damage from that. Really nice. And the knockdown on this, I think, is okay too. You get a dash from it, and your plus as well. The only thing is like, I'm mentioning this and I'm hyping it up, but I honestly don't use this too much. I don't aim for it because I don't think Sagat should be playing in the range where he's fishing for this. He should be playing back here with the heavies and the medium kicks. So the times you're going to be using this confirmed is mostly when you're doing your medium punch pressure and you happen to land that crouching medium punch, or you're in a bad scenario where your opponent's close and you happen to see it stray, then you can go for it. Like, let's say you're in the corner, you know, and you're like, they're walking in and out and you happen to tag them, you go into like a level 2 and then side switch, for example. That's just like one benefit of it. I don't see too many Sagat players using this target combo too much, but like I said, once again, the fact that it is one hit confirmable is worth noting. So we were talking about hit confirmable buttons. Crouching heavy punch is another essential hit confirming button. This button is incredible, and it's another button that's really going to separate the average Sagat players to the kings, the emperors. Like other heavy attacks that are cancelable in this game are one hit confirmable into drive rush, and you're going to get monster damage from this. So it's slower than your traditional, you know, Ryu, Ken, Akuma standing heavy punch, but it's got that range. So you want to use it similarly, and you want to kind of mix it in during pressure. If it hits, you hit confirm this into your hardest hitting combos, and if they block it, you know, it's fine if you didn't hit confirm it. You still can mix in your standing medium punch pressure or your crouching medium kick pressure. But you want to try to practice this thing one hit confirm it by setting the block to random. So the window is not that bad, and since it's a dry rush, you only have to press, you know, your mediums to hit confirm this thing. And yeah, practice it when they're blocking and seeing if you can hit confirm this every time. Did I set the block to random? I did, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna see wait till she blocks. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's really powerful. And then of course for block strings, you can sneak this in. Like after you're done your medium punch pressure, like I showed you guys before, you can sneak this in for just a little bit more chip. If you do this max range with Tiger Knee, you're 0 on block, but if they're crouching, you're plus. So you can consider that too. And you can also go into like Tiger Nexus and stuff. I'll show you guys some Nexus stuff later. It's good too, like if your opponent tends to be a player who's doing a lot of DIs on you, like just drive impact, and then, you know, you got to worry about your medium kicks and heavy punches getting DI'd all the time. Throw in some crouching fears. You know, if you do crouching fierce, then you can DI back because it's cancelable. So that's a way you can kind of hedge your bets and get those crouching buttons in there and like standing light kick as well. Great for pressure. You could whip punch with this too. Like for insane damage. You can go like this with the crouching fierce. Like you can make like a huge comeback. And this will do like so much unscaled damage. It'll be crazy. Into tiger damage. But, you know, since it's a little on the slower side, that's why I tend to use light kick more. Like I said, it's essential, kind of like how Sagat pressures with his crouching medium punch as well. You want to throw in your crouching fierce now and then, and as you get better, try to hit confirm this thing. Or if you're more of a beginner, just spend. You know, if you have full bar, don't spend and put yourself in burnout. That's a bad tip, but the reward is massive, and the risk is low, because even on block, you know, you're fine. Like if Chun-Li tries to match this, let's see here. Yeah, it's still a true block string. And then this, the crouch medium kick, yeah, still a true block string, so you're fine. A little bit more risk because it's slower, but high reward and one hit confirmable. I cannot stress enough, guys, how important it is to one hit confirm with Sagat, with the heavy punch, medium kick, the crouching heavy punch, and sometimes the crouching medium punch into heavy kick. Very, very essential. Now we got standing heavy kick. So standing heavy kick is the, like I said, it's the rewarding anti-air against bad jumps. So we already went over that. Standing heavy kick could also be pretty good for canceling into specials, like for pressure. So the first hit is cancelable, and it can do a lot of chip, and it's 1 frame faster than your crouching fierce. Let's talk about lights, and then we'll talk about the command normals. All of Sagat's lights are also useful for different reasons. So your crouching light punch is your absolute fastest button. So this is when you need speed and you need to get a button out and stop your opponent from walking on you or whatever. Crouching light punch is your go-to, and it's got decent range as well. Standing light punch is 1 frame slower, but it goes a little further. So this is good. Like you'll be using standing light punch a lot when and it's cancelable too. Like when you're in the corner, you can go like this, get them off of you. Crouching light punch, standing light punch, right? Just on the different ranges of it. If you need that speed, a lot of like Shoto standing light kicks are 5 frames. So think of this as like a Shoto standing light kick. It's like your good check button. Another thing that's really good about Sagat's standing light punch is it's really good for checking drive rush. I've been having troubles finding like good reliable buttons for checking drive rush. Like Sagat's crouching medium punch would be probably most players go-to for checking it. It's good against like slower drive rushes and if you have a good distance from your opponent. So let's say like Chun-Li drive rushes at me from mid-screen, then crouching medium punch can be very good for checking. But against like really oppressive, like Kimberly doing it really close, you know, or detached buttons like JP drive rush crouching medium punch, or Jamie drive rush heavy punch, I like to go standing light punch to check the drive rush because it's got that speed. This is 7, but this is 5, and it's got a good hitbox for hitting character, even if she's going low. See, she's going crouching medium kick. Like it's good for hitting her even when she's going low. The only problem is the reward is not as good. Like this, the reward is very clear. I can go into like my BNBs from this, but it's a light, you know. So light, you're kind of restricted. Since it's a counter hit, you can go into heavy uppercut like this. It combos, which is good. You get good knockdown. It's meterless, but it's tougher to do, right? And you can drive rush as well, but you're spending a lot of meter for scale damage. But just do consider this button if crouching medium punch is not doing its job of checking drive rush for Sagat. Crouching light kick. I mean, crouching light kick don't really need to explain. It hits low, so if your opponent is doing a lot of wake up perfect parry and they're perfect parrying the mids with your crouching light punch, then you can alternate between crouching light kick. The range on it is pretty good too, though. Like if your opponent, like I said, if you're trying to, your opponent's walking back and forth a lot, you know, check them low because it's got decent range. Standing light kick. So standing light kick is really unique with Sagat. So it's very slow. It's 7. It's actually the same speed as Sagat's crouching medium punch. But I find myself using standing light kick even more. And the reason is because it's got a little bit more range than crouching medium punch. A little bit more range. And on top of that, it's got a fantastic hitbox that hits really low. That makes it really good for whiff punishing. And it's still cancelable. That's another thing too. So one unfortunate thing though is like, let's say you try to dry rush cancel out of this like this, it doesn't naturally combo, which really bugs me. Like you can't go like this in the crouching light punch. It has to be a counter hit. That's when you're only gonna get like a conversion with it. So like dry rushing out of this is not as good as like dry rushing standing light punch to get out of the corner, for example, or you know, crouching light punch, or into crouching medium punch, you know, because it's slow. It's 7. It's a 7. But like I said, as a whiff punish, I think this is a fantastic button. So if the opponent presses anything, let's say they go like, you know, this, for example, you can go light kick as a punish counter on this, and it'll combo into heavy uppercut. It's really good. Like, you can go into level 3 from this, and like I said, heavy uppercut with Sagat gives him pretty good knockdown. Like, he gets a dash from this, and he can threaten a bunch of things. So I actually find myself with punishing with light kick a lot, and it looks sick too, you know? Looks like you know what you're doing. If they do, even to do crouching medium kick, it's very reliable. Now, to really show you guys why the hitbox is so good compared to using crouching medium punch, I'll show you guys a great example. And that is when I go against like Lily players, or like I said, there's a bunch of buttons out there that the crouching medium punch won't be able to whip punish well. So let's say let's get Lily to do crouching heavy punch. So I'll try to whip punch or crouching medium punch, and you see how it's whiffing, right? Now the reason it's whiffing is because it doesn't hit as downwards as the standing light kick does. And Lily has an extended hurt box, but it's in the lower portion of the thing. So you got to be quite close. You got to be like right at the tip to get that whiff punish out. But light kick, you'll see light kick, it hits really reliably because it's low. Very reliably. You'll whiff punish it every time. You don't have to worry about being perfectly spaced where, you know, the club is grazing your nose hairs, you know. So I prefer light kick in a lot of cases to whiff punish. That doesn't mean crouching medium punch isn't a good whiff punish tool. It is, because, you know, you get monster damage from it. But like I said, as you can see, you have to pay attention to what normal you're trying to whiff punish. Standing light kick is just reliable. But if you whiff punish other things with standing or crouching medium punch, you get monster damage from it, right? Because it leads into all of Sagat's BNBs and such. So crouching medium punch is good too. Like your go-to whiff punish buttons will be crouching medium punch and standing light kick. I really want to like let you guys know how good standing light kick is, because I don't see Sagat use it too often. Okay, let's talk about Sagat's sweep now. His crouching heavy kick. It's not the fastest, but it's got good range, and for the same reasons we talked about before, this is another fantastic, reliable whiff punish tool. So no matter what the opponent's pressing, no matter how far they are, as long as you react to them pressing something, crouching heavy kick is really good for whiff punishing. Now, it's not as fancy because we don't get like combos from it, but you reliably get a dash in and you're super plus. And there's some meaty setups where I can do like meaty crouching light punch into standing medium punch. You see I'm +4 rather than +2. But, you know, depending on how far you hit them, you're not going to be like, you know, point blank. So I would recommend just sweeping them and dashing forward and then freestyling it, right? You can walk in and throw or medium punch. You do your strike throw, shimmy mix up. So it's still really good. If you hit them in the corner for whatever reason, you know, you can do a tiger knee and then side switch if you're close enough. So just don't underestimate sweeps. Like, sweeps is good in general in Street Fighter 6. And I know Sagat's got a lot of long-range buttons, but like this will just whiff punish everything. So I also use crouching heavy kick a lot. I also like to use it a lot in Sagat mirror matches, because you're going against another character with really long-range buttons. So Sagat's are throwing out a lot of medium kicks on me and heavy punch. So I like to kind of step out of their range and then I use crouching heavy kick because I know it's going to hit no matter what, because it has such absurd range against the opponent. So don't forget about Sagat's sweep. It's very good. Last normal that I should mention here is Sagat's jumping medium kick. So a lot of people don't know that Sagat's jumping medium kick is really unique, where it has almost the same amount of hit stun and damage as his jumping heavy buttons. And it's his old jumping heavy kick. So a lot of times when you're jumping, you can use jumping heavy punch, which does more damage, but I prefer using jumping medium kick because it hits further. You know, it's really good for jumping over your opponent's fireball, and since the hit stun is almost the same, you can go into like crouching heavy punch into a lot of your BNBs, and it's still okay for neutral jumping as well. And like I said, if they block it, you don't have to worry about them recovering too much. You're still like, see, like this is +6. I'll do jumping heavy. You know, it's +5, like +7, and then I go jumping medium kick. You see, it's still very plus. Jumping heavy kick. Jumping heavy kick is, you know, you don't want to use this as a jump, and this is an air to air, but But yeah, if you're jumping around with Sagat, don't forget about jumping medium kick is designed as like a third heavy jump in button for Sagat, because they change around his jumping heavies. It's quite good. And like I said, damage wise, the jumping heavy punch is 800. Jumping heavy kicks also 800, and this is 700. So it's just you're getting up just a little bit of damage for more range. So remember that. Okay, command normals now. All right, Sagat's overhead, his forward medium punch. Just like a lot of other characters, you're using this mostly as a drive rush extension. Whenever you get a knockdown from like an uppercut or something, drive rush forward medium punch, and then you're +7. So then you get crouching medium punch after. And if they happen to block it, you're still plus in front of their face, so you can still threaten strike, throw, shimmy, or you can get greedy and go medium pressure. But yeah, Sagat's drive rush overhead is not bad. It's a little on the slow side because it's 22 frames. Like Ryu's overhead is 20 frames and Luke's overhead is 21. But the range is exceptional. It's really good for closing out rounds. There'll be a lot of times where like you'll have your opponent in the corner and they're like one shot, and you're in overhead range even after a 4th throw in the corner. Like boom! It's such a good round closer for Sagat. So you just bam overhead, and you can get a little cheeky and like even when you're comboing, you can go for like a reset into it. But yeah, Sagat's overhead is nice because of its absurd range. Okay, forward heavy kick. I explained before, this is a good like full screen anti-air because you got your heavy tiger uppercut, but it's really slow, man. It's 18. Forward heavy kick is more reliable, and you can use it when you're just like a little bit closer, like after a medium tiger shot. You got this forward heavy kick. Otherwise, it's used a lot in combos, and when your opponent is overly walking back, you can throw this out. So you'll notice this when the opponent is doing it after blocking your tiger knees and your medium punches. So like when you do a tiger knee, you'll notice them walking back a lot. That's when you can throw this out and you're +4 or after medium punch. But just keep in mind it's got a weakness where if the opponent is crouching at any point, it will whiff and you're minus in your face and they can combo you. So it's kind of scary. It's not something... It's even more dangerous than I'd say like Akuma standing heavy kick. Like you don't really want to use it too much in neutral. It's mostly on key times and pressure when your opponent is doing really telegraphed defense. But like I said, if you happen to hit with this thing, massive reward. You're +7, so you can go crouching medium punch, heavy uppercut, mirrorless, or you can go into full combo into any of your BNBs. So the hit is very rewarding, and the block is very rewarding. Where you're +4. You can threaten a throw. You can threaten a low light punch like I showed before. It's very, very nice. Or you can just give it up and then do some light pressure and then chip off like more than a bar. That's almost 2 bars right there. So it's quite good. Forward light kick. Man, this button is important. This is for stopping people from walking back in general in neutral. Like this button is so important, guys, with Sagat, and it's really good. So it hits low. Sagat steps forward. It's slow, but it goes so darn far, you know? And this is really important for conditioning your opponent to start blocking low, so you can start getting those tiger knees in there and abusing that. So, hey, he's a Muay Thai fighter. You want to use this a lot. The only downside is, like I said, if you abuse it, you're gonna put yourself in a lot of -3 situations, which can be bad because, like, me as a Sagat player, I got obsessed with this button. You know, like I started using it too much, where it was like a crutch, and a lot of people are starting to block it more. And when you're -3, you're in this situation where like, oh my goodness, you know, I'm Sagat, my buttons aren't the fastest, and if you're trying to walk out other characters crouching medium kick drive rush, you know, you're in a very bad spot after this. You're a very awkward spot where you want to be standing back here, not this close. So if you see your opponent's blocking a little too much, then you gotta slow it down a bit, right? But if you do land it, like I said, if in situations where your opponent's going like this a lot, or you want to like wake them up, you know, go for it. Try to hit at the tip of it. It could be really annoying. Now, when you do hit with it, you can't combo unless it's a counter hit, but you're very plus. And in this situation, you got a lot of potential here. One thing is you can do you can walk in throw because you're very plus,
obviously, right? Even if they like mash button here, we'll reverse after damage. They mash here. See, I get to throw and they get counter hit. So they have to respect it. Or I can go medium punch, right? Medium punch right away. Bam, bam, counter hit. Really, really good. What I like to do is I just throw them. Most people will go for throw. But if you see them teching, you can do something a little cheeky. I like to do a micro walk forward shimmy like this. I go like this. And that kind of that gesture of you walking forward a little bit makes a lot of players flinch. And they'll press throw. And then you can land some, you know, monster damage. I land this really, really often. Even in the high ranks, I land this a lot. So you just flinch forward, and then depending on how much they delay it by, and then you can shimmy them into whatever. And then, like I said, if they don't press anything at all, they play it really safe, then you can just start your medium punch pressure, right? Always medium punch, guys. Bam, bam, and then you start the whole thing up. If you land a counter hit though, which is common, you do get a combo though. You see a counter hit, you're +5, so you can do like crouch and light punch into uppercut. If you see they're standing, you can go into tiger knee for better knockdown but less damage, or you can spend meter and take them to the corner. You can go like this. Actually, no, you go. What would you do? I go like this and then spend more meter, take them to the corner. Or, yeah, that's just like if you want to go for like big extensions. But otherwise, just going like this is great. Or you can just drive rush into any combo. You can go, like this, for example. Would be easier and it's going to work in every situation. Punish counter into this, you get even more. So, like, there'll be situations where your opponents are pressing buttons and you kind of whiff punish with this. Kind of like, I don't know, Jamie forward heavy kick, for example. That in that case, you get a bigger reward. Crouching medium punch into anything, heavy uppercut or drive rush full combo. So yeah, forward light kick is very powerful, but you have to tame that power. There's a lot of responsibility with this power. You want to abuse it, but don't abuse it too much where it's predictable for your opponent. You want to pay attention how your opponent's moving and keep them on their toes, keep them guessing. And once they are conditioned and you see them crouching much more often, that's when you release the tiger knees. And then, conditioning complete. Okay, crouching normals now. Crouching medium punch. I've talked about this a few times with the hit confirms on this thing. So crouching medium punch is Sagat's, basically his crouching medium kick, except it doesn't hit low. It's his cancelable medium button. It's a little on the slow side because it's 7 frames, but it's still pretty decent considering, how big Sagat is and how long range his normals are. It goes quite far for a crouching medium punch. So this will be used a lot for your pressure and combo starter. If they get hit, you can go into your BNBs. Don't worry, I'll go over all the BNBs in the combo section. And if they block, he has some excellent drive rush block strings from this. So he is completely, there's no gap here. It's a true block string into standing medium punch. And you're +6 right in front of their face. And we can go over everything we went over. So they can't mash reversal here. It's really, really good. And he can go into crouching medium kick as well, which is also a true block string, which is very unique. I'll go over the crouching medium kick stuff real soon here, but crouching medium punch is the party starter for Sagat. So you'll be using this a lot. It's a great whiff punish button, good all-around whiff punish button. And you'll get a lot of damage from this in general. And since it's cancelable, like I said, you can go into a lot of chip. You can just go into Tiger Shot for easy chip. And in some cases, if the spacing is right, if you see them crouching, you can go into your Tiger Knee if you want. Or you can go into your Tiger Nexus. But I think you guys have a good idea of what this is about. I don't have to really explain it. Target combo from this though, besides the heavy kick one I went over before, this target combo, it doesn't naturally combo. It only combos on counter hit. So this is best used for shimmies, in my opinion. So when you see your opponent whiff, now you can do some nasty shimmies with Sagat where you can go like something big, like forward heavy kick shimmy, for example. So let me do that. Like you can go like big forward heavy kick shimmy. And you'll get monster damage from this. But the problem is it's slow. It's like, it's slow enough where you can't wait to see if they press the throw button. You won't be able to hit them in time. So more reliable, I would say, is going for the target combo. Crouching medium punch, heavy punch, I think is better. And then it will combo because it's guaranteed a punish counter. And then you can go into like OD Nexus. I think is a great shimmy punish. So that's mostly what I use it for. Now you can kind of go for gimmicks and you can do this on block. There is a gap here though. But if you throw this out like every now and then, the opponent won't be ready to check this. So if I just go like this, see, she checks me, it's fake. But they have to react to it right away. So if you keep them on their toes and you go like this and you kind of just mix it in, it could be good because this can be special canceled. So I can go something like this, for example. Bam, bam, and then into like Tiger Nexus. Or you can go into Tiger Shot. You know, or yeah. Or you can even be plus with medium Tiger Shot. There's some gimmicks in there. I would probably go into Nexus, so it'd be safe. Or if you want to be really safe when you go into it, you can go into Drive Rush Cancel and then begin your medium punch pressure. And since it's 2 hits, you know, you can get some free damage here. Or free chip, sorry. Like this, it's not bad. Pretty good. A lot of chip from that sequence. You can hit confirm, but once again, since it doesn't naturally combo, it's not the most useful. You would have to 1-hit confirm the counter hit. And then, I know, even if it doesn't even come from counter hit. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Don't bother, guys. Don't bother with that. Okay, crouching medium kick now. So crouching medium kick with Sagat. Now, I know it seems lackluster because you can't special cancel this, so you can't drive rush cancel. But this crouching medium kick is really good, especially if you've been playing a laner like I have, man. This button, first off, it goes so far for a low. For a medium low. It's slow, it's 9, but it goes far. It's really good at poking your opponent and pressuring them. Like, you just walk in, crouching medium kick like this. Or even counter poking when they're trying to walk in towards you. You really check their toes and you make them go low, and that conditions them so you can do Tiger Knee. But the best thing too is that even if you did this point blank, it's only -2. It's safe. You know, so if you're checking your opponent from walking back, you can just kind of throw this out safely. And if it happens to hit, it's +4. So since it's +4, naturally combos in the crouching light punch, and you get a knockdown from it. It's really, really nice. So crouching medium kick, I actually use quite a bit with Sagat. A lot. It's a great button. So like I was talking about before, where Sagat's crouching medium kick also really shines is with drive rush cancels. Once again, going crouching medium punch into crouching medium kick is a true block string, which is very unique. Since it's not a punishable move on block, it's +2 on block, which is great. So first off, if the opponent is not blocking low, then obviously you get a combo from it. You get a combo from this and you're +8. That's fantastic. You can go pretty much into all your BNBs, right? You can go, let's see. Crouching medium punch into uppercut. You can go back heavy punch into a bunch of combos there that he can do. But if the opponent blocks it, it's still great because you're +2 and you're in throw range. So true block string that hits low. It's not as rewarding as hitting the drive rush medium punch because you get a little bit more combo routes from that. But I would mix it up. Keep your opponent on their toes. You really want to, like I said, make the opponent fear standing up. You want to hit them low a lot so you can condition them. And then you can get your Tiger Knees. Also, it's important when you're doing a lot of like drive rush pressure. So like when the opponent, let's say you get a knockdown from like an anti-air, you drive rush at them, they got to worry about throw, strike, shimmy, right? So you threaten the overhead with like this, drive rush into that, and you get crouching medium punch into uppercut. Or you can go crouching medium kick. You hit them low instead, like this, and then you get the same combo. And if they block it, you're +2 in their face, and you can threaten throw. And then, of course, you can threaten the shimmy. So crouching medium kick is just like a very powerful normal, even though it's not cancelable. So definitely want to use it a lot. Crouching medium kick is great. Just be careful. Like in the corner, you don't want to use it like it's going to drive rush you out. You know, in the corner, it's slow. It's 9. So in the corner, you don't want to use it as much unless they give you a lot of space. Then you can start poking your way out of there. But that's when you're going to start using like your lights a little bit more. Standing light punch, standing light kick. So you don't want to use, it's not just like a beefed up version of other characters crouching medium kicks. Okay, holy cow. That's all the normals, right? Yeah, that is the normals, guys. Oh my god, we're done the normals. We can talk about specials. Okay. All right, let's talk about all Sagat's special moves now. Okay, where are we gonna start here? Let's start with Tiger Knee. Tiger Knee is really important. So Tiger Knee, 3 different strengths that have 3 different speeds and ranges. I'll try not to tell you guys too much of the super obvious stuff, but Sagat's Tiger Knee, you want to try to space this thing, because obviously if you do it point blank, you're going to be minus and you're going to get punished. You want to space this so you hit with the tip of it and you're landing into your opponent, and the better you space it, you could be very plus. Most of the time you could be like +2, +1, and sometimes even more if you hit it meaty. And this is kind of like your how you approach your opponent. You can pressure them and surprise them when they're conditioned by like your tiger shots and your forward leg kick. I was talking a lot in this guide about trying to get your opponent to start blocking low, because when they block low, that's where Tiger Knee really shines, because it doesn't matter the spacing anymore. As long as you're not like point blank, then you'll still be minus, but as long as you fall into them, you're going to be +2 every single time, no matter how you space it. This is amazing. And this is for all the versions of his Tiger Knee. This is medium, and then even the heavy, right? Not heavy is +4. So very, very rewarding when your opponent is scared and blocking low a lot. But if they're standing up, you know, then you have to make sure you space it. Otherwise, if you do something like this, you know, you're -8 in their face. It could be really, really bad. And like I said, there's different speeds. So most of the time you're using the light and medium Tiger Knee, depending on how far they are. The heavy one is really slow, really telegraphed, and higher level. It's a lot easier to deal with. I'll explain how to counter them too. You'll mostly be using that during like burnout pressure. So the first thing I'll talk about Tiger Knee is what to do when you successfully get the opponent to block this. So it's kind of similar to your standing medium punch pressure. You're +2, but you're a little further. You know, you have to walk forward a little bit more for throw, but you want to treat it the same way, where you want to threaten that strike, throw, shimmy again. So you can walk forward and throw them for throw. You can do medium punch. You can do medium punch to check them. So if they do crouching light punch here, same. You get a trade. Wait, depending on how it hits, yes, +6, right? So it'll be trade. Trade, you're +11. It's the same situation where you go trade into crouching medium punch or crouching heavy punch into whatever. Or you can just play it safe and go lights, like I mentioned before. Like this. Crouching light punch, counter hit into standing light kick. Has to be counter hit. So you can recognize if like I say they don't press a button, they block it. You know, you can just go like this, and you just get a little bit of chip. You can go like, you'll be too far for standing light punch like this. If they block low, it'll be close enough because their hurt box is a little bit extended. So then you can do stuff like that. But you know, if they stand up after, this is gonna whiff. So you'll put yourself in a bad spot. So you can go like, you know, like medium. You can try to do it again. And it's basically just treat it the same, like I explained with the standing medium punch. There's just a little bit further. Same thing too. Like a lot of people like to walk back on Tiger Knee because they're a little bit further from your throw, so it's not as dangerous. Like you won't be able to catch up to them. And it's the same thing applies where you could just hit him with crouching medium kick, just give him a little tap, or you can take a little bit more risk and you can go for the forward light kick or the forward heavy kick. Notice too that it causes proximity guard, which means that when you do this move, your opponent can no longer walk back. They're stuck in block stun. So that see how Chun-Li, she immediately stops. She can't move back anymore as soon as the button comes out. So it's good. It's good for stopping people from walking back. So treat it the same way. But yeah, Tiger Knee is really important. But you got to be careful with it. You know, if you're too telegraphed with it, it does have some counters. So let me get another Sagat in here. Now, if you're against a Sagat player that is just throwing this out like crazy, one thing you can do is just straight up DI it. So they'll do a Tiger Knee. It's really telegraphed. You can just DI this thing. You'll see you'll get a punish counter. You can get some huge combos from this. Another thing you can do is you can perfect parry it, right? And perfect parrying is not that hard either because, once again, it's really telegraphed. Third thing you can do is you can neutral jump it. That's a little safer than DIing or going for the perfect parry. because there's counters to those counters, but you can neutral jump it. It's a little less committal. And then you can get a full, if you jump at the right time, and obviously you get full combo, or you can backdash it. Same thing. You think they're going to do it, you backdash, they do it, and they're very open for counters. Now, to counter those counters, there's some things to consider. The Sagat player can trick you, and at this range, instead of doing medium Tiger Knee, they can do light Tiger Knee instead. And then they can bait you. Because the light Tiger Knee is going to recover faster, and if you're too slow, they're going to DI you back. And then it's going to be embarrassing, right? Or if you try to parry, they'll be outside your range, and then they're going to throw you because you're trying to perfect parry. They'll do something like this, you know, and throw you. That will happen quite often too. So as a Sagat player and against Sagat, it's important to know this kind of mind game of keeping them guessing on their Tiger Knees and seeing how they react to them. I don't think Tiger Knee is like something where you're going to be spamming it, but it's a very powerful move, and your opponent needs to know how to deal with it. And like I said, if you do mediums and you're noticing they're DIing you on reaction, you can try to bait them with light Tiger Knee, or just don't be so telegraphed with it. There's a lot of setups that go into meaty Tiger Knee. Like I said, like going like this perfectly is meaty Tiger Knee. These setups I'm starting to not do as much anymore as Sagat, because Sagat's been out for over a month now, and people are getting more comfortable, and they're perfect parrying the Tiger Knees more easily. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that. Burnout pressure is really crazy with Sagat. So let me switch characters here. Burnout pressure is really strong with Tiger Knee, because the heavy Tiger Knee, if the opponent blocks it crouching at any point, you're +8 in front of their face. So you have a very, very oppressive block screen when you go standing medium punch, which is +6, and then they have to hold again, and then you can go crouching medium punch. So they can't mash at any point here. So if they try to mash after the standing medium punch, they get hit. If they try to mash between crouching medium punch and heavy Tiger Knee, they can't. It's a true block string. And if they try to mash after, they'll get hit from the standing medium punch, or it'll be a true block string again. So it's a completely like super good burnout string. The weakness is, to stop it, is they have to block it standing. So if they block it standing, you're -1, but it's not punishable. So one cool thing about this is, if the opponent blocks the first hit crouching and then stands up immediately after, you'll still get the full plus pressure. So I'll try my best to record this properly. You see how Chun-Li stood up? I'm still +8. See, she stands up. It doesn't matter. As long as the first hit of the heavy Tiger Knee hits them crouching, you're plus. It's so you want to keep this in mind. So when you're doing this, you're paying attention, right? If you see them stand, it's okay. You're only -1. And, you know, you could do this forever. I mean, if you're in the lower ranks, yes, you can abuse this, and just people are not going to know to stand up or whatever. But you want to mix it in, because then you go like this, and then you go your medium punch pressure, and you can throw them, you know. Sagat's burnout pressure is very scary in this game because of that. Because, you know, heavy Tiger Knee is just so unga. You can just do it in full screen, and then you pressure them. But it's definitely worth knowing. And then we'll go regular block if you do this. It's the same kind of thing too. Like if they stand up after, that time is right. There we go. You see, she stood up after the second hit, and I'm still +4. So very, very strong. And like I said before, when you're baiting the parries and stuff, like if you're doing a heavy Tiger Knee, which I don't recommend, but if you can bait the parry and DI with a medium Tiger Knee instead, right? And just land right in front of them. But heavy Tiger Knee is the most dangerous to throw out, because it's just so slow. Like it's just very easily reactable. So just be careful with that. It's mostly light and mediums. I should add too that in the corner, you can get some free damage if you space it. Like if you pressure someone in the corner, you can get an uppercut from this. The light is very dangerous to do. It has to be perfectly spaced, but it does work. It's mostly the medium Tiger Knee that you should look out for. You know, with the medium Tiger Knee, landing the uppercut after is pretty generous. And then, you know, you can get level 3 from this. It's free damage. Don't forget about it. And then the heavy Tiger Knee is really good for combos, because it sets up safe jump setups. And we'll go over that in the combo section. Using Tiger Knee is all about conditioning with Sagat. You know, like if you notice your opponents are stand blocking too much, then you need to hit them low more. So consider using more lows and forward leg kicks. If they're neutral jumping a lot, like a maniac, then you know, use some more heavy punches to knock them out, like this, right? And yeah, if they are crouch blocking a lot, then abuse it. Abuse it, and then go over that pressure I mentioned before. Tiger Knee is good for Sagat. OD Tiger Knee. You're mostly using that if for like using meter in the corner. Like if you do something like this, you can do like light uppercut in the corner off of it. It's nothing too crazy. Like if I was doing something like maybe a little extension, but for the most part, like the important thing to know about OD Tiger Knee is it's -2 unblock. In fact, actually, I use it mostly in Burnout. I forgot to mention that. In Burnout, if you do OD Tiger Knee, then you're guaranteed +2, even if they stand block it. So that's kind of like what I do. If I have a lot of meter and they're in Burnout and I need to set the pressure now, I'll mix this in. Or you could be really annoying and like go like this. You can go like this into heavy Tiger Knee. And then you go like this again. And then they know to stand block it. And then you do something really cheeky and you go like this. Because it's going to be +2 no matter what. And then you throw them. So like even if they know how to stop it, you're getting so much guaranteed chip and pressure. It can really frustrate the opponent and put them into the corner before they know it. So that's another good use of OD Tiger Knee. I should have mentioned that. All right, next special. We should talk about Tiger Uppercut. I think that's really important. So Tiger Uppercut. Okay, your go-to Tiger Uppercut should be the light version because it's nice and fast and it's going to cover the general like mid-range and close range for the character. It's your go-to. Some characters like your go-to is the medium version, but for Sagat, it's the light version. The medium version goes much further, but it's a lot slower too. So this is for like really far jumps. You'll do the medium uppercut, but remember, you got to be on point because if you're a little too slow, and they can land sometimes, and you'll block this, and you'll feel terrible. So this would be a little bit more advanced, but you know, it's you get the knockdown for it. You get rewarded for going for it. So this is a little bit more advanced. And then there's the heavy Tiger Uppercut. I'll be honest, I don't use the heavy Tiger Uppercut at all as an anti-air. I only use it for combos because it's absurdly slow. It's 18 frames, but doesn't mean it's useless. It has a lot of uses in combos, and of course there's the charge heavy uppercut is really good for comboing to his level 3 and such. So Tiger Uppercut, I mostly want to talk about execution stuff for you guys to help you with him. So one big weakness that Sagat has is his light Tiger Uppercut kind of has a dead zone where you'll go underneath the opponent when you do this. So to alleviate this, it's important to start learning to do your Tiger Uppercuts with Sagat while crouching. So to do that, one way to do it is you can hold down forward and slide down to down forward again. So the motion is down forward, down forward, like that. And then what that helps you do is that you can do your uppercut while completely crouching. You never have to stand. So this is kind of a bonus because one, it makes it so that you can do your uppercut much later because if they press the button, they're gonna whiff, right? Because Sagat's so damn tall. You gotta do your uppercut so fast. Otherwise, you're gonna get trade. Like if like a Ken or a Luke does a jumping heavy normal on you, you gotta do this thing so quickly. But if you're crouching, it gives you a lot of time. So that benefits there. And the second thing is that like since it hits deeper, it's less likely the opponent's gonna jump over your head and you're gonna sail underneath them like this or like this, right? Since it hits deeper, it's much more clear that it's going to hit like that. So it's definitely worth knowing. You can hold down forward and then just slide down to down forward, or you can just you can wiggle. You can go down forward like this. Just wiggle it. I'm not too good at it, but you can do it that way as well, and it'll come out. Then there's the cross cut. So cross cut is when you make Sagat uppercut in the opposite direction, and it's a motion. So I went over the different techniques in the anti-air guide, but if you're a beginner, you can start by just doing half circle back punch. So when you're walking forward, half circle back punch will help Sagat do the uppercut in the other direction. Oh, half circle back punch. You gotta make sure you do it fast though. If you do it too slow, you might accidentally do a fireball like I just did. You want to complete the motion right when they're over your head, basically. You don't want to wait for them to like almost land, otherwise you'll more than likely get a fireball because you're gonna lose your buffer. So just do it really fast. You can just hold forward and then slide it. That's more of the beginner way. The proper way is to press towards, down, down, back. That's the proper way to do it. So the beginning of the motion is the same way you'd normally do an uppercut, and same with down. But then at the last point of the motion, the opponent's going to be over your head. So you have to autocorrect. You have to change it. So in this case, it's towards, down, down, back, and the uppercut will come out in the other direction. So this you can hold forward once again and just slide down, back. An easier way to do it is to press forward, quarter circle back punch. But when you do that, you're at huge risk to do an accidental super level 1. So be really careful when you do this. Do it that way. That's kind of like a improper way. You want to do it clean. You want to, if you're getting accidental supers a lot when you're trying to do this, it means you're not ending when by the time you press the punch button, it's not in the down forward direction. That's why you're getting super. Because what's going to happen is like you're walking back and forth like this, right? And you might accidentally do a quarter circle forward, and your opponent jumps over you as you do that quarter circle forward, and then you'll accidentally get the super. It's really funny. Like, I have such a hard time trying to show it to you guys on purpose, but in a match, it happens all the time. Like, all the time. So, but in training mode, I can do it pretty consistently to get the crosscut. Then there's the wiggle method, the infamous wiggle method. So the wiggle method is really good too, because you hold down and you alternate between down forward, down back, down forward, down back, and you just wiggle it. Look at my inputs on the left side of the screen, and I'm holding the down direction on my D-pad, and I'm just wiggling my fingers like this. If you're on a joystick, you would hold down and you would wiggle left and right, just the diagonals, going back and forth between the diagonals while holding down. And if you're on a leverless controller, you would hold the down direction, and you would, while keeping your finger on the down direction, you alternate the diagonals and you go left, right, left, right, left, right, like this. And then you press punch as soon as the opponent is about to hit you. And the benefit of this is that no matter what side they're on, it will autocorrect like that. So and on top of that, you're doing this entire thing while crouching. So you're combining everything together for like the ultimate anti-air. A lot of pros do this. It's really powerful against ambiguous jumps where you're not quite sure if they're going to be in front of you or behind you. And yeah, it could be good too when the opponent knocks you down and you're waking up and you're wiggling and you don't know which side they're going to be on if they try to jump at you. So that'd be good. However, you can still do a crouch crosscut by holding down forward, down towards, and then when they jump over you, you just need to slide down to down back. So it's like almost like a half circle, but like this. This is mostly what I do as a player, because I eyeball it, I recognize they're going to cross me up, and then I auto-correct there. Then I do the crosscut like that. And if they're in front of me, I just slide down to towards instead. Down, down, forward. And I do it that way. But for the most part, as you become more advanced with Sagat, it's better to do a lot of your uppercuts while crouching. Because once again, it'll stop you from sailing under, and it'll give you more time to uppercut and deal with really good jumping normals, like Luke and Ken's jumping heavy punch, for example, when you're in a bad spot. And especially when you're in the corner, dude. Like when you're in the corner, it's like one of the highest chances your uppercut's gonna go under them, because you're trying to, like, say you're trying to shimmy. They jump really in that weird improper spot, that's when the crosscut's gonna come in. It's gonna be helpful. So at least you get something. So yeah, that's it for Tiger Uppercut. Your Tiger shots now, your fireballs, man. Can't believe we haven't talked about his Tiger shots yet. So I'm sure you guys know by now, they changed it a lot. He only has 3 normal Tiger shots now. He's got a fast low with the light, a slow high with the medium, and a fast high with the heavy. One thing, if you are an old school Sagat player, you have to change your mindset on how you use Sagat. If you try to zone like old school Sagat, where you're going like low, high, you're going to get jumped in on and skinned alive. You're going to get absolutely destroyed. So let me talk about the specific uses of the Tiger shots and how to use them. You no longer want to just willy-nilly zone with Sagat and be part of your main game plan anymore. You want to use your buttons too, and you got to use your Tiger shots at a closer range. Let's start with the low light Tiger shot. The big weakness of this is that the total frames are absurd. It's 50 total frames. So Sagat has an immense amount of recovery during this. Basically, if you're throwing this mid-range and your opponent jumps at any point, you're dead. Like, they're going to land a full jumping combo. And it becomes increasingly dangerous to do this twice in a row. Like, you're minus on block on this, even from like further ranges. And if you try to do it again, like the opponent has so much time to jump in on you. So the correct way to use his low tiger shot, it doesn't mean it's bad all around. It's actually got some strong uses. First off, it's fast. It's not the slow version, it's the fast version. So you want to use this nice and close, like around this range. So what this will do is, one, it will beat all of the opponent's buttons, because you know it's a fireball, right? Fireballs don't care about their buttons. You're gonna tag them out of their buttons. So it's a great poke, doing it like this. Second of all, since it's so fast and you're doing it so close, it's much more difficult for your opponent to jump over it. If they jump at this range, they're gonna be in an awkward angle where they can't do their go-to jump-in button on you. Instead, they'll have to go for their cross-up, which gives you more time to cross-cut them, for example, when you're doing the low tiger shot. It's kind of hard for me to show you by myself here, but if they happen to jump as you threw it out, you know, you would imagine they would have to go for a cross-up attack, and then therefore it's easier for you to anti-air than just jumping head-on. So yeah, using this at a close range is very, very important. But with that being said, it's still not something you want to throw out like crazy, because you have to also worry about DI in this game too. So it's part of your game plan. Mix it in with your block strings to chip them down. It's not something you can ignore, but you want to use it at a closer range. But at the medium range, if you do want to zone, you can take the risk of doing a low tiger shot, but I don't recommend it. The medium tiger shot is a little bit better spot, because this is your slow one. So this is much more plus, and you recover much better, so you can uppercut them if they jump at bad timing. The downside to the medium tiger shot, though, is that they can crouch it. And since they can crouch it, that means I cannot throw another tiger shot until it leaves the screen. Unless it's an OD. The OD, you can throw it. And then they can hit you with lows. They can drive rush underneath it. And there's a lot of, like, you know, holes in it. So it's something where you throw out one every now and then you want to get back to Sagat's button ranges again. One cool thing, though, is, like, I see a lot of players try to perfect parry this while crouching. So the opponent will go like this, and they'll try to perfect parry it. You cannot perfect parry the tiger shot, the high tiger shots, while crouching. You will never get the perfect parry. They can only perfect parry it if you're already standing. So if you see the opponent doing that a lot, or if they're blocking it for whatever reason, they're not like crouching underneath it, don't forget it is still very plus. You do get a fireball drive rush from it, and you can start pressuring them. So look for those openings. Especially if you knock the opponent down, you throw it. If they happen to block it and they don't respect it, then you can start getting in. So it's still there to use to zone. Then we have the high tiger shot. A high tiger shot is kind of a mix of both. It's really fast and it recovers decently. But when you use this close, this is like the fastest fireball you have. It starts up in 12 frames. It's absurdly fast. So at close range, this can be like really surprise your opponent, and you don't have to worry about it being, you know, minus on block or anything. And it's good for other fireball wars. Like when you need that speed and someone else is throwing fireballs at you, you can heavy high tiger shot to catch up with them. So heavy high tiger shot is good. It just has that same weakness. Like if you're using it close, instead of the low tiger shot, the opponent could just straight up sweep you. Or if they happen to like just crouch it, then I can't throw another tiger shot till it's off the screen. So heavy high tiger shot is still really good. You kind of just mix in your tool set. You no longer just want to do tiger shots with Sagat. And then yeah, if you use it far away high, like I said, you recover decently enough where you can do forward heavy kick and recover. Now in the corner, just to kind of illustrate my point of how the tiger shots work, you cannot, there's no god spot anymore where I can throw like constant low tiger shots, and if the opponent jumps, I uppercut them because of the recovery. So let's get Chun-Li to jump towards me. So if I do two lows, I can't uppercut in time. And remember, Chun-Li's got a super slow floaty jump. So this is an extreme example. If it was any other character, I'm dead for sure, right? But if I do medium tiger shot into a low, I'll stop them from jumping because the medium tiger shot is plus on block. So if they do block it, then I can go low. And then if they jump, I have more than enough time to uppercut. Or I can go medium to heavy and it'll hit them. It recovers so quickly. So the medium tiger uppercut is like, or sorry, the medium tiger shot is the key to like starting some pressure. But once again, as soon as they crouch it, your pressure ends. You no longer can do anything. You have to wait a bit. So it's not the same style as before with Sagat, but it's important. It's important to know the differences of these tiger shots, because I do still do these sequences, but I do it subtly and I do it like, you know, short. Like I do it every now and then just to see how my opponent reacts. I don't just do low tiger shot. Another thing about low tiger shot that I should mention as well is that Capcom made it so that it will hit anything low in this game. So let's say Kimberly does a slide, or Dalsum does a slide. Anything that goes super low profile, even Aki's like Snake Walk or whatever, we go Chun-Li like stance like this, nothing can go underneath this fireball. It's really good for that, so that like when you're using this thing close, it will stop them in their tracks. Like I said, I hit a lot of Kimberlys. A lot of people like to abuse slide. Dalsum players for sure. Low tiger shot is really, really good for that. So definitely want to abuse that. So it's not all bad. It's still another tool that Sagat has. Okay, OD tiger shots now. You guys should know that there's two OD tiger shots. There is one where you press medium and heavy at the same time, and there's a low one where you do light and heavy at the same time, or light and medium punch at the same time. I prefer going light and heavy at the same time for the low, because if you're using pad, then you could use the bumper, right, and the face button at the same time, so it's easier. Okay, let me explain the differences. So the high OD tiger shot is much slower. It starts up in 21, and the low version goes 12, so it's like almost half, right? So the benefit of this is that if your spacing is right, you get a level 1 from this, and if you're in a fireball war, you're guaranteed to get a level 1. Like if Chun-Li throws a fireball while I'm doing this, make it a little bit more realistic. It's an easy level 1, even full screen, which I'm sure most of you guys know about this by now. And then of course it juggles into it, so like you can do like a full meter dump into this and close out some rounds. Like it's a great chunk of damage for a level 1. It's a scary threat. The problem is that it's really, really slow. Like if you're in a fireball war with someone, you can't just like block their fireball and then go for it. You'll probably get hit by their next fireball. It's so slow. This is more for like a hard read where like you think they're gonna throw a fireball and you're not like already in block stun or whatever. So like you're in neutral, and then every now and then you throw it out, and if you happen to hit and they happen to throw a fireball, then you can get the level 1. But I honestly don't use it too much in that way, unless like it's like I really need to threaten them to stop throwing fireballs at me, you know, like if it's like Guile or Akuma. But on block, it really shines. On block, it's really plus. You're +6 and you're really close to them. So I love to use this like in corner pressure. In corner pressure, it's great. You can cancel your buttons into it, like heavy kick into it. Really good chip, like a full bar of drive meter. And if it happens to hit, you get combo from it. You can go like forward heavy kick into medium uppercut. Great damage. And if they block it, it's still your turn. You know, you can go for a throw, or you can go into another one if you want to like spend a lot of meter and chip them down. And you can use it, you know, in conjunction with your medium punch pressure to stay plus. So there's still a lot of benefits with that outside of zoning. The low OD tiger shot is way faster. This is more like you're in a fireball war and you're behind and you need to establish pressure now. Like that's where the speed comes in. So this is really helpful. I also love OD low tiger shot for combos, which we'll get into. And in the corner, it could be beneficial as well because you get some juggles from it, like going into sweep and such. So OD low tiger shot on block is safe, but you're not plus, unfortunately. So that's the differences between those tiger shots. But yeah, like I said, don't underestimate Sagat's tiger shots. You're not using them as much in this game because they're all very specific, but use them to their strengths. That's very important. The low tiger shot you want to do closer. You want to pressure the opponent with it and like I said, use it up close to stop their slides and such and beat their other buttons. The medium is more the traditional zoning type to see if they are flinching and trying to jump, and if they're blocking it or trying to perfect parry it, you can drive rush in. Or if they block it, you can do another tiger shot and bait their jump. And the heavy tiger shot is more of a gamble where it's absurdly fast but high risk, because if they do a crouching attack, you could get hit by it, or you can use it to win fireball wars because of its speed. And just to mention it one more time, when you have a tiger shot on screen, you can throw an OD tiger shot while it's on the screen. Just so there's a lot of like setups where you do like a meaty tiger shot into an OD, or if they happen to crouch it, that's definitely worth knowing. And you can also do it while another OD's on the screen. That's how that combo works in the first place. All right, Tiger Nexus now. I personally don't use this too much on pressure. I throw it out every now and then. I don't recommend doing it as like your go-to because there's just as many counters to it as there are, you know, benefits. So your opponent, like, even if they don't know how to deal with it, they might counter you by accident because of it. So let's start with the light Tiger Nexus into the overhead. What's the overhead called? Mighty Tiger? So this naturally combos. Of course, we'll go back light kick into forward light kick. This is the overhead. You can combo from a standing light punch if they're really close to you. If you're really far, it's still gonna whiff. So this could be a good restand where you're +3, and it's kind of similar to you doing forward light kick. All the same kind of pressure applies where you can go throw, strike, shimmy after you land this thing. If they block the Tiger Nexus, the light version, and then they try to mash a button, this will be your frame trap. So you see, I'll hit them and I'll knock them down. And then from here, you can drive rush and start your pressure or dash forward. And start pressure from here. You're +2 on just dash forward. You can still do like mediums and such. And it hits overhead as well. Like if they're crouch blocking, they're not paying attention. They have to stand block it, which is good. Otherwise, it'll hit them. I'm gonna go block count 1 like this, so you can see what it looks like. If you hit them, same thing. You're +3. You can do all the things I just explained. So for your opponent to stop this, since it is a frame trap, they can DI you. So they can DI you here, and that'll punish you. And another thing too, actually, is if they block the overhead, then you're in trouble as well. So if they did not press a button and they blocked it properly, then you're -5. Now, it can be spaced where you're relatively safe, but most of the time you will get punished for it if the opponent knows how to deal with it. So you're taking a risk here, going for the frame trap. If they don't bite and press a button, you'll get punished by a light attack. Like if I go get Chun-Li to do like standing light punch. There we go. See, it's punishable. So it's like, that could be really bad. Now, if you want to counter the DI, you do the Nexus, and then you do nothing. No follow-up at all. So you go like this, and then you can DI their DI. If they do reversal, it'll also beat the overhead. So once again, they'll beat that. Then you do nothing, and you bait their reversal, and then you punish them there. Like I said, it's not like super in Sagat's favor where it's worth risking doing this on block every time. Just because if the opponent does block it, it's punishable. That's the biggest problem. If it wasn't for that, then I'd recommend doing it more. Okay, now let's talk about Greedy Tiger. Greedy Tiger is forward medium kick after. So Greedy Tiger is plus on block now. Now it's +4, which is really good. That means you're in throw range. You can mash throw. You don't even have to delay the throw. You can mash it, and it'll beat everything. Or you can do medium punch pressure. It's very, very nice. The downside to this, though, is that it's not a frame trap. So now let's get Chun-Li to mash button on this. And now she'll hit me. On top of that, if the opponent is crouching, it's going to whiff. And I get punished as well. So that's why it's called Greedy Tiger. So Greedy Tiger is, you want to use this when you see your opponent stand blocking this every single time. Then you want to go for the Greedy Tiger. Or it's kind of like my go-to right now, actually, because most people stand block this now because they are looking for the overhead. But yeah, that's when you want to use that. So you can see there's some weaknesses there. The Greedy Tiger, at least, I can DI back. But the reversal will still beat me. So like I said, there's a lot of counters the opponent can do. It's crazy. Then we have Nova. This is mostly for combos. However, if you are crazy enough to go for it in a block string, it is plus on block, and even if they're crouching. Like, even if they're crouching, you're plus on block. If you get away with it, it's still your turn, which is nice. And then you could do, you know, strike, throw, shimmy. But there's just a massive gap here. Like, it's... Your opponent's temptation to press a button will be very high, and yeah, you'll get beat out on a lot of things. Yeah, you'll get, like, they have so much time. And then, you know, DI, reversal, same thing. Yeah, that punished me. It's mostly for combos, so don't worry about it too much. In general, I would recommend, if you can combo into the overhead version, to go get a little restand if you don't want to go for the medium uppercut. Because the medium uppercut doesn't give you OK unless you spend meter. Or you can go into the greedy tiger if you think they're going to stand block, and then you can try to go for a reset there. Like I said, you don't want to throw this out like Ken, where it's like your go-to plan. Because there's just, like I said, a lot of weaknesses. I showed earlier too, if you want to go for like an extended block string, you can go like, if you're drive rushing, you go like this. You can go into the target combo, go for a gamble, and then you can go into like greedy tiger. Like you can get a lot of chip if you get away with it, but just use it sparingly, you know? It's more of a gimmick to keep your opponent on their toes. One cool thing too is that if you forward throw your opponent in the corner, you get a perfectly meaty medium tiger nexus. Like this. And they can't mash on this, so if they do wake up light here. Like that. See? It will frame trap them, which is cool. And then, you know, you can get combo from this. And if they block it, then you greedy tiger, for example, and then you can, you know, they're back into the mix. Sparingly block strings every now and then, but don't go crazy with it. Just because like Sagat's medium punch like does the job without as much risk as that, or just doing tiger shots. OD Nexus is mostly for combos. Most importantly after shimmy and jumping combos. So if someone throws a fireball full screen on me and I jump in with like medium kick like this, you go to crouching fierce OD Nexus, because OD Nexus naturally combos from a crouching fierce even without counter hit. It does not from crouching medium punch. So you go like this, and you can save some meter. That way you don't have to do something like this, which uses a lot of meter. It's like 3 bars, right? You can instead save a little bit meter and go 2. Oh, that jumping has to be deep though. Yeah, like that. And you can combo after it like heavy uppercut. Also after shimmies. Like I said, I like that you can do it after his target combo, this target combo. So if you shimmy them, I like using the OD Nexus here too. Very meter efficient. It's 2 bars. It's great. All right, let's get into the fun stuff now. Combos and setups. So keep in mind, Sagat is still fairly new, so there's a lot of tech being discovered for Sagat every day. Let's start with light confirms. Lights combo into medium uppercut. So any combination of lights go into medium uppercut. The downside of like medium uppercut though, as good as this is because it causes a knockdown, is that the opponent gets knocked really far away from you. Like even if you drive rush after them, you don't really have much to threaten them. Like if they do like a wake up light here, like that was a punish counter, so that means Chun-Li already got the button out. So you don't want to go after him like a maniac. Usually I'll just like do a forward dash after a medium uppercut, but it's very reliable. Like, you know, if you land a counter hit, crouching light punch into a light kick, you don't have to worry about this uppercut missing. Really good for combos. What I like to really use a lot with Sagat now, especially when I have meter, is that when I go into lights, I like the combo into OD low tiger shot. Because OD low tiger shot gives me 2 dashes. 2 dashes and I'm +6 in front of their face. And I can threaten like a button. Like see how Chun-Li gets hit here when she tries to mash. And that opens up a lot for Sagat, where there's like, even though I'm not close enough to throw them, it opens up a little mind game where like I have a little breathing room where I can like move in and throw and start my medium pressure, because they have to respect that I can just press medium punch. And if they do block it, you know, then I get a little block string after. It just obviously spends 2 bars. You can get really greedy and spend 3 bars. Sometimes I do this when I have like a lot of meter or I just got out of burnout. If I land a light, I get the knockdown and then I can drive rush after them. Then you get a true strike throw shimmy, where if they wake up button, then I can throw them out of their light and you get a counter hit. It's like I said, it's not something you see a lot of Sagats do, but I think it's important because you get a really good knockdown and you're pushing them towards the corner with the character. It's not, and then, you know, obviously you can go into like supers too from it. Since this is an OD, I can go into like level 2, for example, and in niche scenarios where I need to go for a knockdown or, you know, side switch or whatever. And there's level 3, but, you know, there'll be a lot of scaling. It'll be only for like comebacks and stuff. If you recognize the opponent is standing, you could also go into the light tiger knee. The light tiger knee does the least amount of damage for your combos, but you get a good knockdown. You get 1 free dash. 1 dash and you're plus in their face. And it's close enough, once again, where you can't throw them, but you can make them respect your standing medium punch if you're really close. You just do medium punch right away. You have to kind of eyeball it though, like that. It's hard, right? Because they have to be standing and you got to be relatively close. If they're crouching, then it's not going to combo. So this is more like when you're playing Sagat for a long time and you just like do the light confirms for a long time, you know? But otherwise, for the most part, you're going to be doing a lot of medium uppercut. And like I said, I do a lot of crouching light punches into standing light kick as well because I'm fishing the counter hit. If they block it, I can go like this into tiger shot. If they get hit and I recognize it, then I'll go like this into medium tiger uppercut or OD low tiger shot and I get the double dash. But the medium uppercut, unfortunately, like I said, it's doesn't give you enough Oki where the dry rush, like you can still dry rush. It's just that you're not going to get like a true mix from it. Finally, you can combo into Tiger Nexus, but I honestly don't do it too often at all. It has to be from standing light punch because this won't combo. And you're giving up a lot of corner carry and knockdown for a restand situation, which like I said, if it's not bad, you know, you got your Sagat's medium punch, so you can chip them down if you want, or you can threaten the throw. If you get the throw, then you get a lot of corner carry. But I like to go for the guarantee. Okay, Sagat's BNBs now. Wow, Sagat's BNBs. He has a million different BNBs. Like every Sagat kind of does something different. And I've been scratching my head over trying to figure out like what is the most optimal BNB Sagat can do where he gets the best knockdown, you know, best damage knockdown, everything, like the perfect setup for him. And there pretty much is none. That's the problem. So you're gonna have to choose something, but I will show you kind of how we got to this point and what we landed on. But spoilers, it's gonna be Pugera's BNB where he focuses on damage. So at the beginning, a lot of Sagat players went from crouching medium punch as usually your go-to starter, crouching medium punch or any kind of whip punish, standing medium punch into heavy kick, into heavy Nexus, heavy Nova, and then forward heavy kick into medium tiger knee. So this would give you good corner carry, good knockdown. And you're +2 and you're really close and you can threaten a throw. And so let's get the opponent to press throw. So you press throw, I can back walk out of it, right? So it's like, wow, that's really good. And then I can do it again. And then if they mash button, since you're +2, or throw, I can get medium punch. So yeah, you're +2, so you'll get a trade, and it's +11, so you can do, like, you know, another crouching medium punch, or you can do, you know, crouching fierce because you're +11, or you can just do lights to play it safe. But a lot of Sagats still do this one because it's like a good mix of damage and corner carry and setup after. I go like this, and I can go lights to stop them too. Or you can, like I said, you can throw them. So one weakness that drives me crazy is that what if the opponent doesn't do a back rise? What if they just do a normal rise? That's when you start to see the problems. So now I'm gonna get Chun-Li to press throw. Forward heavy kick. I try to walk back. Oh, now she throws me. So it can get really frustrating because you're like, oh man, I'm trying to shimmy and you're getting thrown when you're trying to shimmy. So you don't know if they're gonna, like, you know, quick rise or back rise. So that's a problem right there. And then if you try to backdash shimmy instead, depending on when they press throw, you might not be plus enough to even get a punish on them. Or, you know, you'll get, since a backdash shimmy is weaker, you can get hit by a button. You can get hit by a reversal, right? Really common. You really want to try to cover 2 options per thing, you know? Like when you go for a throw, it'll be button, it'll be block, right? If you go button, it'll be backdash. It'll beat them if they try to jump or if they, you know, press a button. And if you back walk shimmy, it'll beat their throws and it'll beat the reversal because you'll block the reversal. So you really want to cover that, otherwise it's just not a strong mix-up as a lot of other characters. So that's why I kind of stopped doing this BNB, because I didn't like that. You can also just like cash out, like you can go like this and go heavy uppercut, which I think is a lot better. Or if you double dash too, it's kind of the same. It'll be point blank and it'll be +2 in that situation. So you're +2. But yeah, I stopped doing this BNB altogether. Okay, so after that, it slowly evolved to we're like, okay, what else can we do from this? We can spend more meter. And after the Nova, we can dry rush further for corner carry. But now we're getting into the territory where we're spending like 4 bars. Like that's a lot of meter for Sagat. You definitely want meter for Sagat. So if you want to do this, if you have like a lot of meter to spend, you can do drive rush, target combo, crouching medium punch, heavy punch into heavy tiger knee. And this will cause a safe jump setup. So you can go like this. Bam, bam. You should be +42. +42. And if Chun-Li does wake up reversal, you can jump and block it while attacking at the same time. And if I jump and attack, I'll be able to block the reversal. And if she doesn't block the reversal, or sorry, if she doesn't do reversal, then I get my jump in. And then you could do whatever from there, right? Just make sure you're holding down back while you do it, so you know you don't get hit by the reversal because you're not blocking. You're not invincible. But yeah, it's a really good corner carry safe jump set. But like I said, it's very expensive. You know, you're spending 4 bars to do it. You can go into the heavy tiger uppercut too if you're not quite. If you want to be a little bit closer, so something like this. Target combo into the heavy tiger uppercut instead. That's if you're not directly in the corner, then you can dash 4, you're +5. That's still really good. But once again, 4 bars. So what Pugera started doing was kind of gave up on going for like the perfect Oki. Instead, focus on decent Oki, but the highest damage output, like really big damage output. So this is what I do now. So now when I land a hit, I go directly into back heavy punch. You go back heavy punch into medium tiger nexus into Nova. So you go like this. Then forward heavy kick, and it knocks them up exceptionally high. So we go something like this. Into heavy tiger uppercut, because they're so high up, heavy tiger uppercut works now. And this is fantastic because after this, we get maximum damage, and we get a dash after. Now, if the opponent doesn't quick rise, you're right in their face, and it's like, you know, it's the dream, it's perfect. But if they back rise, you're still at a decent distance, which is what most people are going to do is back rise. So this works from a crouching fierce. Yeah, it also builds good meter too. This starts from a crouching fierce, back heavy punch, or crouching medium punch. So any of your BNBs is going to go into this. So once again, it's any starter into dry rush, back heavy punch, into medium tiger nexus, into Nova. So forward heavy kick after, and then heavy uppercut, and you dash forward. Now hold on, let me show you outside the corner. So when you dash forward, you're not in throw range, but you're +4. You're plus enough where they have to respect your medium punch. So if they try to wake up button here, your standing medium punch is going to hit them. So this is really important. Because from here, you can frame trap them, right? Or you can hit them with a meaty, sorry. And then go into whatever BNB you want. And then when they're conditioned, because they respect that, they know that you can press a button here, then that opens up options for Sagat. So from here, you can do walk-in throw, walk-in walk-back shimmy, walk-in medium punch pressure. It opens up doors for Sagat to start something after. And on top of that, you get all the damage and the meter from it. So it's a very, very powerful BNB. You can go into level 3 from it. And it does fantastic corner carry as well. Very, very strong. So yeah, that's basically my go-to BNB that I always try to do now. And like I said, all the higher level Sagats are now moving towards that BNB. Like I said, I tried everything, guys. I tried like from here. You can do like 2 forward heavy kicks, or not, sorry. You can do forward heavy kick and be like really, really plus. And I tried to find a back walk shimmy from that, but Sagat's back walk speed is so absurdly slow. Even if you're like +7 in front of their face, it's still not fast enough to walk out of character's throw range. So I kind of gave up on that, but the more I do this setup, the more I find its potential by just working the mix up afterwards from here and threading that medium punch. So it's actually not bad. And it kind of suits Sagat's style, right? Because Sagat's not here about, you know, mixing you up. He's there for pressure and damage. So, you know, it works out for that too. There is one scary thing about this BNB that I should mention, though, is that you want to confirm it when you dry rush. If they block and you do this, you're donezo. You know, you're minus in their face. And if they're crouching, you're even more minus in their face. So you only want to do this on hit, but it's not the hardest to hit confirm it. If they're on block, then you want to go into your medium punch pressure or crouching medium kick. And I personally, like, when I'm pressuring with Sagat and I just go for it like this, usually I go into like medium punch anyways. And when I go into the old BNB now, instead of doing that forward heavy kick into the tiger knee, I also just go for damage. So I go like this into heavy uppercut. And then it puts me in that same situation where I'm +5, I'm almost in throw range, and it's keeps it consistent for me so I can always have the same kind of game plan and adjust how my opponent is defending. And it's still great corner carry and damage. I no longer go for like the whole, are they going to back res or not kind of thing with the tiger knee. And then on top of that, if they happen to block, then, you know, I'm not worried about doing the back fierce by accident, and I can pressure them. So the back fierce combo, I'm mostly doing it from like whiff punishes. So like when I'm whiff punishing a lot, if I see them going for like a crouching medium kick or something, then going into crouching medium punch into this is very powerful whiff punish. Heavy uppercut. Or that into like crouching fierce. You hit them with a one hit confirmable crouching fierce. Also a very common time you're gonna do this BNB. But if you're an absolute beginner, you know, just go crouching medium punch and then go into this. Just be careful if they block, like I said. Or go into the other variation like I just showed you, going like this. Directly into heavy uppercut. So yeah, to summarize it real quick, if I'm going for a gamble and I'm just going for a random crouching medium punch drive rush, I go medium punch to make sure that if they block, it's a true block screen and they can't match reversal. And if it hits, then I go into that variation where I go like this. Into heavy uppercut. Otherwise, I'll one-hit confirm the crouching fierce into the Pugera combo. Or I'll whiff punish into it by going like this. Into the Pugera combo. Or if is there any opportunity where you know it's going to hit? Like, let's say you land counter hit, like going like this. Like, you know it's going to combo, you want to spend bar. Then obviously go into it, because you know it's going to hit. So there's nothing wrong with that. And in the corner, you get everything, right? You're +27, you get the backwalk shimmy, you get the damage, you get it all. Tiger Greed, you get everything if they're close to the corner. Which is pretty common, considering how much corner carry it has. Now, there is an extension of the Pugera combo that does even more damage. So, once again, anytime you land this back heavy punch, instead of going into the forward heavy kick, now you go directly into heavy tiger knee. So, you go like this. Heavy tiger knee, and then it puts him in the corner, and you get a light uppercut. Now, look at the corner carry on this thing. Like, we're mid-screen. Bam, bam. Light uppercut. That does the most amount of damage, and we're even more plus. It's the best. It's the dream combo. And you can be mid-screen to corner to do it. Like, if you're directly in the corner, it's going to work. Light uppercut. Heavy tiger knee, light uppercut. So, the only time it's not going to work is, like, look how far I am. Like, that far, then it's not going to work. That you're not going to be close enough. But I was almost close enough. So, very, very common. And if you land a straight hit on somebody and you have level 3, I mean, dude, the level 3 is going to do monster damage. I do this on Akuma players, and they're more than half their life is gone. It's like I start the round off in such a good spot. It's fantastic. Look at that damage. It's crazy good. Super, super good. Okay, let's talk about punishes now, I guess. Okay, so when the opponent does something crazy, like wake up super or wake up reversal, the go-to punish should be forward heavy kick. If you're a beginner, I would suggest going to back heavy punch, heavy tiger knee into light uppercut. Monster damage, bro. 3610, super good. Super easy combo to do too. This back heavy punch, heavy tiger knee. But if you want to go big, what you can do is you can do forward heavy kick, micro walk forward into back heavy punch. Now, you don't need to do this, but I'll explain why. You go into medium tiger shot. And then from here, you can spend 1 bar and dry rush and then go into that conversion talk before. But you saw that whiff there. And so depending on how close you are, that might whip. That's why I suggest the micro walk. So when you do forward heavy kick as a punish counter on someone, you are so plus 21. And your back heavy punch is only 8. So you have a lot of wiggle room to just walk forward and back heavy punch. It's not as hard as it looks. It really isn't. Even if you're an absolute beginner, just try it. You have a lot of time. You don't have to walk that much forward. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. And you'll be good. And then you want to go into a medium tiger shot. And then from here, you have a ton of options. But I recommend going into the crouching medium punch target combo. And then you either go into tiger uppercut or heavy tiger knee for the safe jump. So I'll show you. Micro walk, bam, bam. And then you get a safe jump. So crazy. Massive damage, massive corner carry. Like, bro, look at that corner carry on this. It's ridiculous. Look at this. They're carrying them across the world, right? I mean, in this situation, though, like I said, if it's not going to put them in the corner, I would probably go uppercut. Like this. Tiger uppercut. And then you're in that +5 scenario, like we talked about before, with all these other BNBs. So just do it that way. There's one more punish I should mention too. That like, if there's someone does, especially a wake up super, if you do a raw full charge heavy uppercut like this, it drains an absurd amount of meter on them. Like this, it drains off more than a bar and a half. So at any point, even if the opponent just has full drive meter, if you go into this into level 3, you can put them in burnout pretty much. Like this is non-CA. Chun-Li has 1 bar left, and that's from full drive meter. If I have CA, it's gonna do even more. It's insane. Especially if they try to do the reversal when they're in the corner. They're in so much trouble. Look at that. They're half a bar, and then Sagat also gets a meaty heavy punch after level 3, where he's in heavy punch range, and then that last chunk, when they block it, will put him in burnout. And then it's checkmate time. Yeah. It's pretty crazy, right? It's really, really good. So yeah, mostly I'll do that in the corner. If I block a super and I look at their meter, I'm like, okay, it's time to go for it. But otherwise, that other punish I showed you is like good enough, man. It's really nice. Okay, so DI counter. If someone goes for a DI and you DI them back, honestly, most of the time, I just dash forward, back heavy punch, full charge heavy uppercut. It's such a baby combo, but dude, look at the damage. Do I really need anything else? I most of the time I always do this, but you know, in the higher ranks, I'm not really seeing too much DI in neutral anymore, so it's kind of rare. It's just crazy damage. Like if you do a level 3 from this is really like all you need. The damage is so absurd for going for DI against Sagat. I'm glad they made his DI damage really good. If you want to go for corner carry though, like you can, I guess you could do like a neutral jump medium kick like this, or I guess you go heavy. No, heavy punch will cause a knockdown. I forgot. Let's go heavy kick. Yeah, into drive rush, into those combos I was showing you before. Oh wait, I forgot the corner to corner. That's the other one. But let me show you this one first. And that's the safe jump. So that's all right. Okay. So if you have a lot of meter, I say if you want to spend a little bit more than 2 bars, then you can take them coast to coast. When you do this, you want to do a raw dry rush heavy punch. Sorry, raw back heavy punch. Into heavy Tiger Nexus. Into Nova. And then you want to do it again. So what's unique is that when you hit someone with DI, they're in a unique tumble state, and that allows this combo to work because your Nexus is only hitting once instead of twice. So that you'll do like this, and then forward heavy kick, heavy uppercut, coast to coast. You put them right in the corner, and you're plus enough where you can dash. It like doesn't matter if you're like completely in the corner. But it's just a little expensive, but I still find myself doing a lot. You gotta spend 3 bars for it. Forward heavy kick, heavy uppercut, dash forward, +4 in their face. They're directly in the corner. It's throw loop time. Or you can start doing your medium punch pressure. So yeah, those are pretty much my only 2 DI combos I do. So I just dash forward, back heavy punch, or I take them coast to coast if I have enough meter. Really scary if someone goes DI against Sagat. I don't even bother doing side switch, bro. I just take it to the other corner. Corner combos, man. Sagat has a lot of great corner combos. If you have the opponent stunned or you get a free hit or whatever, you want to go into back heavy punch directly into a medium tiger shot like that. So you saw my medium tiger shot whiffed. Sometimes if your spacing is not right, it's going to whiff. So when you do your back heavy punch, kind of delay your medium tiger shot just a tiny bit. And it'll always combo. It's not as hard as it sounds. You just delay it a tiny bit. Don't just do it like directly. But for the most part, like if you dash forward like this, you don't have to worry about it dropping. You can do it right away like that. It's fine. Just make sure you dash forward. If it's like a stun punish or whatever, you know. So like if you hit them and they're in burnout, because Sagat is going to get a lot of DIs because he does do a lot of chip. You jump in, heavy punch or heavy kick, it doesn't matter. Back heavy punch, medium tiger shot, and then you can go forward heavy kick. Medium tiger uppercut. That's good. So that's great. Super good meterless damage. Yeah, medium tiger uppercut. And then you're good to go. Now, if you want to spend bar, there's a lot of routes. So let me show the ones that I personally use. If I want to spend just a tiny bit of meter, so 1 bar, I do dry rush back heavy punch. Dry rush back heavy punch into full charge heavy uppercut. Huge damage. Works really good with if you want to cash out with level 3. And you're only spending 1 bar to do it. Full charge, bam, level 3. This will usually close out the round. Because remember, by the time they're stunned, they've already taken so much damage by that point, right? If you want to spend a little bit more, like 2 bars, then you can go OD high tiger shot. So for 2 bars, medium tiger shot, OD high tiger shot, and then forward heavy kick into medium uppercut. So it's just a little bit more damage for using 2 bars. And it keeps them in the corner. So this is like meterless and then spending 2. That's really, really good. And then if you want to go beyond 2 bars, that's when we're going to start doing dry rush heavy kick loops. So we can go like this. Dry rush heavy kick, dry rush heavy kick. From there, you can do charge uppercut. So that's 4 bars total. 1 for the first dry rush and 3 for the cancel. And to charge uppercut. And then if you want to go beyond even that, then you can go into 3. Oh, sorry. You want to go... The last one, you're going to do a back heavy punch just because it's easier to do. So you go like this. 1, 2, back heavy punch, heavy knee into that. Hold on, let me check right now which does more damage. I'm going to try doing the charge uppercut next, but... Let's see here. That did 48.95. Keep in mind they're scaling because they're stunned, but... Actually, I'll take off the stun just so it looks more incredible. Alright, full damage here. Heavy kick, back heavy punch, bam. So it knows my back heavy punch did 2 hits. Sometimes it does 1. It's okay if it does 1. It'll still combo. Bam, 63.17. Now let's do the charge uppercut version. Charge it, bam. I mean, either way, they should be dead, but, if we're going for optimization, you guys want to know. That did 63.17. This does a little bit less. So, yeah, the heavy tiger knee does more damage. So, yeah, that's pretty much like my corner combos. They do massive damage. Just keep in mind, if you want to end it in the charge heavy uppercut, you're giving up your corner, Like, the corner OK is not the best. Like, you're still in a good spot, but, if they're not dead, I would probably rather go for the other variations that keep me close. So I can throw loop them to death. Like this. Or like I said. Yeah, just spending a little bit more. Just constantly spending a little bit more. You can go 4 and do 2 ODs, which is kind of cool. But I don't know if it's optimal. You go like this. Bam, bam. That's 4 bars and you keep them close. And it's still really great damage. I did 39.90. Let's do another 4 bar combo. Let's see here. Yeah, that did more. So double drive rush, heavy kick, that's 4 bars, and then heavy tiger knee, light uppercut, keep him in the corner. And then once again, if you want to cash on to level 3, go 2. Bam! But I think the other combo will do more anyways. Like this into level 3. That will do more. So yeah, a lot of options, a lot of variations. Sagat has like a ton of sauce. Okay, so we went over mid-screen combo, light BNBs, punish combos, corner combos. What am I missing here? Jumping combos. Like I said, if someone throws fireballs at you from full screen, don't forget jumping medium kick into crouching fierce, like this. And then I like to go straight into heavy uppercut because the same thing. It keeps all my BNBs the exact same consistency. Shimmy combos. I go crouching medium punch heavy tart combo into OD. Nexus, same thing. I go directly into heavy uppercut and I dash forward for pretty much every time. Keep all my combos consistent, same Oki. If you want to spend a little bit more though, you can drive rush in. Go for a safe jump if you want. Anti-air combos. So back to the heavy kick like I was mentioning before. So this is good against bad jumps. You know, people are jumping in neutral and nothing's going on and you have a choice of what anti-air you want to do. Heavy kick should be a really strong choice. So heavy kick, the two main ones I would do is I would go directly into heavy uppercut for full meterless, dash forward. Once again, the exact same Oki on everything I showed you guys. Or you can extend it further for 1 bar into the other combos. Heavy tiger knee, safe jump. That's really nice. Now, there is something weird with Sagat, and Capcom didn't patch it out, so they might be keeping it, where depending on what button the opponent presses, it's character specific and button specific, but it mostly works on Shotos and Ed, and depending on what button they press, your Nexus might do 1 hit instead of 2. So what I'm trying to say is like this. You see this Nexus? You see how he knees him twice? It's like bam, bam, 1, 2. There are some times when you juggle into this knee is only going to hit once instead. See, it hits 2 there. Well, let's get Chun-Li to do jumping heavy kick. See how I did 1 hit there? That means that I can do a drive rush back heavy punch into it again. So let me show you what that looks like. Then I get the forward heavy kick, and that is the coast-to-coast combo that I showed you guys with the DI. So the key thing to know is that when you go for this anti-air, if you ever notice this only hits once, then you know you can do it. That's what I do, instead of just going through every single button in the game and trying to remember it all. But if you see it do 2 hits, let's get Chun-Li to do jumping heavy punch. I don't know why she would do this, but just hypothetically, we're going to someone else. Oh my god, it still works. Oh, there we go. See, it did 2 hits? Then I know it's not going to work, see? If I try dry rushing into it, see, it whiffs. So you just recognize it. I was about to say, oh man, poor Chun-Li, but you know, Chun-Li should be jumping anyway. She's got a floaty jump. Dry reversal combo? Yeah, we should add that in. Dry reversal is pretty simple. If you block a dry reversal, you are +8. Or sorry, you're +10, and you're like, oh my god, that means I can do back heavy punch because it's 8. But you're not in range, unfortunately. So what you do instead is you go medium punch, heavy kick, 1 hit into Nexus. So you do the other BNB. I go like this, and the heavy uppercut, which leads me into the same Oki at all times. So that's really nice. All right, the final section, the general gameplay of Sagat. All right, so your objective with Sagat, just like any other character, is you want to get them to the corner and maul them. But with Sagat, it's a little spicier because to do this, you want to bully the opponent with your super oppressive long-range confirmable buttons and chip them down with your crazy pressure and tiger knee pressure and tiger shots. So let's start with how we're going to do that. How are we going to get the opponent to the corner? So we'll start from neutral when the round starts. So the position you want your Sagat to be is you want to be outside of the opponent's crouching medium kick range at all costs. Because remember, Sagat is very slow. So you don't want to play in this range with Sagat. This is a very scary range to play in because you can't whiff punish at this range. You're too slow. your crouching medium kick toe to toe with anyone else's is gonna lose because yours is 9 and it can't cancel. You're just gonna be outmatched at range. Where you really shine is at the tip of your crouching medium kick or your standing medium kick or your crouching medium kick. This is like the range you want to play Sagat. So you want to bully the opponent with these buttons. So if they're walking around a lot, you poke with this. Crouching medium kick, you walk in and you poke them with this. And if they're walking towards you, you can counter poke with standing medium kick because it beats lows. If you land a hit, knockdown, and there you go. You're pushing them toward the corner. Force some pressure on them. And when they get uncomfortable, they might try to DI or jump at you. So first thing, obviously, if they jump at you, you know, anti-air them. Sagat has amazing anti-airs. But one thing that I'm noticing some Sagat players don't do is that when you anti-air with like Tiger Uppercut, you want to go in. Don't just sit there and like old school ways and start zoning with Tiger shots. No. You want to go in. It's drive rush time. You want to capitalize that and push them towards the corner. So when you do this, you get a great reward. They can you get strike, throw, shimmy. They wake up into a button. You can throw them from an anti-air. Very good. The Tiger Uppercut is nice and there we go. See, they can't wake up button. Slowly push them towards the corner. If they start spamming DI like crazy, because you have a lot of slow buttons, like I notice a lot of people in my chatter mention, oh, I'm getting DI too much as Sagat. Then you have to kind of change the buttons that you're poking with and adapt to that. So if DI will beat the medium kick, it'll beat your heavy punch, right? And it'll sometimes beat your crouching medium kick. So to alleviate this, you need to change to your cancelable buttons. So instead of the pokes you want to use is standing light kick, cancelable, crouching fierce, also cancelable, and crouching medium punch, cancelable. So if they do DI, you do standing light kick, DI back, right? You got standing light kick into the tiger shot, do crouching medium punch, DI back. And your crouching fierce, same thing. Crouching fierce, you see it, then you DI back. All cancelable. Really, really good. Because Sagat, remember, Sagat has some really scary DI punishes. So if someone's spamming DI on you, that's awesome. That's really good. They might even be scared of your tiger knees and stuff. They're just randomly going for it. You know, be on the lookout. They remember, they're not reacting to you pressing a button. They're guessing. They're guessing. That means they're taking a risk. There's nothing wrong with Sagat just being patient and just chilling and waiting for them. They walk in your range, you know, just poke them with light kick. Your light kick has absurd range. It's really good. Keep them out. Keep them honest. And keep them at this range as much as possible. Okay, so when you do get in, like I said, I like to keep things very simple, and I begin my medium punch pressure. Now, in the normal section of the guide, I went over in great detail all the stuff that Sagat does with mediums, and that's how you can further get them towards the corner. And a lot of times, I'll mix in a lot of throws, right? Because people are scared of shimmies. The thing about Sagat, though, is that after his forward throw, he doesn't get really much of anything. I most of the time just do one dash and then we go back to neutral again. You can try to force with dry rush. Maybe if they don't back rise, you'll be close enough, but for the most part, you don't get much. You can do a meaty tiger shot though, a medium one, right? And if they block this and they don't quick rise, then you get some stuff where you can like dry rush after them. But for the most part, I focus on just dashing forward once and getting close to the corner, closer and closer and closer. When they start respecting their buttons and they become more docile, then you can start squeezing in the forward light kicks, right? The forward light kick pressure is really annoying for the opponent because it hits low. And when they start blocking down and they're scared of that, then you start mixing in the tiger knees when they're crouching. Then that will make them +2 on block. So any time like you're successful on any of these things I'm mentioning, so you're hitting with standing medium kick, right? Or standing heavy punch, or crouching medium kick, or you're anti-airing them, and tiger knee, like all this pressure is chipping them down, right? You tiger uppercut them, you're going in and you're doing so many medium punches on them, so many, and you're mixing those throws. It really helps you just wear down the opponent with chip and corner carry. So like I said, if you're obsessing over corner carry, don't forget that Sagat chips people like really hard, just going crouching fierce tiger shots, you know. Everyone's ranking, you're going to be playing Sagat a little differently, right? Because a lot of people in the lower ranks are going to be spamming a lot of DI on you, so you might not be able to use the big hard buttons as much. But once people start respecting you, that's when you're going to start being able to, you know, you have to adjust and you start going for the lows, right? Because when you're going for this, like people might be mashing like crazy, and it's slower, so you might have to adjust. But just like I said, the fundamentals of Sagat are really strong. You can adapt to both players' styles, which is really, really nice. And even Sagat's light pressure is just really, really strong. If the opponent mashes at any point, they can get hit by tiger shots. So I go 3, 1, 2, 3 like this. They'll get counter hit. Like just having that tiger shot is so useful. Like this, they'll always have to respect your pressure, you know. And then if they get more defensive, and you can get greedy, you can walk in and do some lights, you know. Like even though Sagat is slow, you always want to focus on chip, and you can get a Nexus in there. If they mash on your mediums too, like this into Nexus is a frame trap. Like this into the medium is crouching medium punch into medium Nexus is a frame trap, and then from here, you know, you get juggle combos, or if they respect it, you can get double dash on hit, or if they respect it, like I said, they block it, then you know you can go for any of the mix-ups we went before. Don't forget about the target combo on block too. You can mix it in as well if you want to go for other chip sequences. But for the most part, like I said, I do a lot of like tiger shot, block pressure, and I bully with my buns because they all have such high reward if you hit, especially if you can hit confirm. When you're more in that medium range, it's really easy to fall in that trap of trying to zone. You're trying to zone, or you get impatient and you just throw out a tiger knee. Players are getting better at dealing with Sagat now, and these are really risky now, you know, like the tiger knee, medium tiger knee at this range is very susceptible to perfect parry and DI, and tiger shots are obviously always susceptible to people jumping at all rankings. So try to be a little bit more patient with Sagat and try to get back into that sweet spot range. Like I said, it's like right here, you know. If you find yourself trapped in the corner with Sagat's corner game, getting out of the corner is not too bad. Even though Sagat has slow buttons, he also has some really fast ones, and they're far range, you know. So I use, like in the corner, standing light punch is really good. It's your 5-framer. You can go into tiger shot, or you can go into OD to try to get a knockdown to check somebody. Like if they just like walk into you, hold on, I gotta take the block off. Walk into you, then you get double dash, and then you're out of there, you know. Standing light kick, same thing. Really good for getting out of the corner. Or you just go crouching light punch and then standing light kick on counter hit. Also really good. Try to refrain from like doing too much crouching medium kick. You only want to do that if they give you space for whatever reason. Let's say you tech a throw. They go for throw, and then you successfully tech it. Then you can walk in and go crouching medium kick because they give you the space. But if you're like in the corner, you're trapped, like it's a cami or something, you know, you're just too risky. You know, keep it simple with lights and look for your opportunities, right? And then obviously you have your uppercut if they crack. Raw dry rush Sagat is really slow, but you can raw dry rush with crouching light punch sometimes. But for the most part, if they give you space, like I said, I'd walk in with crouching medium kick, go for the step kick, or do a light tiger knee. Can help you get out, keep them guessing, and stop them from, you know, mauling you in the corner all day. And then obviously Sagat has a reversal too. His level 1's a reversal, and he's got OD uppercut as a reversal. So defensively, Sagat is not that weak, despite how slow he is. So that's fine. When you do successfully get the opponent in the corner though, man, Sagat really shines. Well, first off, he does have throw loops if you use drive meter. So let's get Chun-Li to do a wake up button here. So we'll get her to do wake up light punch. So you can drive rush into another throw. And then you can do this indefinitely. And even though, yeah, it costs some meter, you're getting your meter back for being successful and throwing them, you know. And they're taking a lot of throws. I could do this all day, right? Or you can dry rush into button, boom, you know, and then you get some damage from that. You can go into your BNBs that way and really wear them down. So the dry rush has a lot of mix. You can bait reversal too, by the way. But you don't get back walk shimmy. I could just dry rush and block, just so you guys know. So that's an option too. You have to delay tech, right, in case they go for throw. But unfortunately, you don't get like a back walk shimmy. You know, you'd have to backdash, for example, which, you know, is scary because you'll get hit by reversal if you do that. Another thing too is that I like to just walk forward a lot of times too. Walking forward is really good. So it's a fake throw loop. It's a pseudo throw loop, but I walk forward. See, I'll get hit, kind of like Chun-Li when Chun-Li does it. But I still can threaten a button like this. Oh, okay, that was a bad example. There we go, like that. And I get monster damage from that. Like, that's super good, right? I can go into the OD high Tiger Shot too, or even more damage like this. Bam, look at that. Fantastic damage. So they'll have to respect the mean punch, and since they have to respect it, then you can walk in and throw them. So you're mixing in, and then you have your medium Nexus. You can throw that in there and get like a greedy tiger and just keep them guessing instead of just, you know, doing this over and over. And it's kind of like a, hey, am I gonna block or am I not gonna block kind of thing. Block strings too to chip them down. You can go, let's say if you do a forward throw, I go like medium into OD high Tiger Shot, +6, just super plus. Just pressure them. You can do another throw. Like anytime you throw them, they're back in the mix, right? It just goes on forever. So you're chipping them down, they're getting closer and closer to burnout. Anytime that they might panic and go for a reversal, you know. And then you have DI on top of that, of course. But if you happen to hit them with this, you know, then you get a forward heavy kick, medium uppercut. If you hit him with if you go for low OD Tiger Shot instead, like you go like, I don't know, like this, or going like this, you can get a juggle from this in the corner. You can go medium uppercut, which should go into level 3, but I don't know if it goes into 3 on. 1, 2, 3. No, it's too far for the level 3, but you know, 2. Or if you're closer, it will. Or I like to just do sweep. Sweep is just like generally really good, and it'll work in all ranges. Sometimes I'm like scared the medium uppercut will whiff. I go sweep and I go dash forward. Very, very nice. Like just going like this, very powerful. Because this is slow, right? Like there's a little gap there, so if you gotta go into the bigger buttons. If I want to go into a light, like this is like, there's a big gap there. But sometimes it might hit, you know, but if you go like this, like I said, just sweep. And then I was talking about before the heavy punch. I like to use a lot of heavy punch in the corner, man. When they're in the corner, medium kick, heavy punch. Wait, like go heavy punch like this? They can't do anything. They have no button to threaten you with at this range. They can't back walk out of it. They're just blocking heavy punches, and then you wait. Are they going to DI? DI them back. If they're going to jump, you know, uppercut them, keep them in. And then if they make a mistake, then it's throw loop time, right? You can even do jumping and heavy kick too if you see them jump. That could be nice as well. And then, or you can just throw in a light tiger knee when they're not expecting it, and then you can pressure that way. So Sagat's corner game is just really, really good. You're not like just doing this like old school Sagat. You're not doing this. It's too risky. Too many things will beat this. You know, they'll jump at you, they'll DI you. It's better to use his buttons at this point. And like I said, if you're scared of them doing DI because you're in the lower ranks, because a lot of people will DI when they're in the corner, then you change it to light kick pressure, light kick, crouching fierce, crouching medium punch. Just poke them down, right? Just cancel it, poke them down. Crouching medium kick. Just be patient. You're in such a good spot here with Sagat. They just cannot walk in that range to threaten you because your buttons go so darn far with Sagat. It's really, really nice. Another thing I should mention too is that when you're doing your throw loop pressure, if someone tries to jump out, this is like really, really common, especially against like Zangiefs. They'll try to jump out after this, right? If they jump out, instead of doing a cross cut here, do heavy kick. Like this, heavy kick. Then you get a nice punish, a really nice punish for it. I do this a lot, and this is just in general, by the way. Like anytime you do any kind of pressure on your opponent, like you're going like this into this, and they try to jump out. Let's get her to do it after 2. Like this, throw, heavy kick. Do not forget this. Very powerful. Like they can eat a level 3 for this. You know, go like this, throw, they jump over, heavy kick. Very, very common. Lights, they jump over you, heavy kick. Lot of players like to jump over Sagat. And yeah, cross cut is good, but the heavy kick there is great too, and it's much easier to do. But be more aware of it when the opponent is in the corner, because that is the most likely time they're going to try to jump out. Because they're trying to escape, right? Full screen away of like if someone has a life lead on you and they're running away from you and they're walking back, there's not much Sagat could do here because he's really slow. You can just throw medium tiger shots and just approach them, right? If you see them block, you can drive rush because you're gonna be a little bit more plus. But for the most part, you know, don't get impatient. Do heavy tiger knee. You're just gonna get DI'd and such. You know, you can just walk them down at this point. Against other characters that are zoning you out, Sagat for the most part will do fine. Just don't forget, like, your OD high tiger shot against other zoners is slow. You know, this is your panic, like, instantly win against other zoners if they throw a fireball, not the high one. This is more like a harder read. Like, you're gonna get hit by like Akuma fireball so easily, or sonic booms when you're doing this shot. So for the most part, you are perfect pairing like any other character, and you can use your high tiger shots to keep up with them, but you want to get close to them where, you know, you're in that range where you can bully them with your buttons again, or do close high tiger shot or low tiger shot, or threaten, like I said, the OD version. But for the most part, it's a guy he doesn't have that much troubles against zoner. Maybe JP is a little tricky just because his fireball is unique. That you're gonna do more like walk forward parry and get close to your opponent till you're in that tiger knee range. Like, if you're full screen, you can go like drive rush forward light kick. You can go for it. It's not that bad. You know, you're +2. You're like +1, sorry, when you're close to it. And you can gamble this too after like a forward throw if you're really impatient. You know, but it's just not as safe. Like, let's say get the opponent to wake up light. Let's say you like combo into a light or a medium uppercut, sorry, like this, and they do wake up button. Like, you can hit them, see, you can stop them, but it's easy to perfect parry. I don't do it too often, but it's there. It exists if you're very impatient. This would be like one of your go-tos. Or you can dry rush into like tiger knee, I guess. I don't know. You can do that too. This would be too risky because obviously they crouch that. But another thing too, like I said, if a lot of people are gonna walk back because players have to stand extra far from you because they want to stand outside your buttons and get back in that jump range on you. So don't forget about forward heavy kick and forward light kick, man. These buttons are there for conditioning your opponent. You know, recognize the crouching, the forward light kick, and if you hit them, you get a whole bunch of mix from that. Strike, throw, shimmy, forward heavy kick on block, same thing. Strike, throw, shimmy, or if it hits, then you get combo from it. If you see them crouching a lot because they're worried about your forward light kick, then your condition is complete and you can start doing tiger knee. And if they stand too much, then you do forward light kick and you just keep alternating, you know. So guys, neutral is pretty good. Yo, what's up? I wanted to add a secret extra part to the video because it's already hours long, so we might as well just go all the way. I'm going to show some matches here and kind of do some live commentary over them just to kind of just seal the deal and kind of share everything in real time here. So this first match here, I'm against an Akuma. I want to pick like the right matchups too, like common things you guys will run into, like Akuma players, for example. So this one is pretty tough for Sagat because Akuma's fireball is so dangerous. So I got to really be careful of those OD fireballs. You can see here right at the beginning, Akuma goes for a dive kick. And when I anti-air him, you can see I go in. And when you go in, you got the overhead, you got the crouching medium kick, you can go for throw. I gave me a nice opening and chipped him down. He had to spend a lot of meter there. But I'm still throwing my tiger shots really close. You see right here when I hit him with this low tiger shot, I hit him and it gives him space. Stop him from walking and getting to that crouching medium kick range is super important. And then when I hit him, I get some space here, then I tiger knee right away. But I try to get greedy there and go for a throw, and he took his turn back. I noticed his bar is getting lower and lower because that first attempt he did. So I noticed I had a lot of meter over him too. So after here, when I combo into light uppercut here, I drive rush in. Usually I don't do that. Usually I just do a dash, but since I had such a meter advantage over him, now I'm just gonna whittle him down. And at this point, I just gotta make sure my anti-airs are clean, because that's the only way he can pretty much come back at this point now on me. And you'll notice I'm mixing a lot of like drive rush jab, forward light kick, the tiger knee, standing medium kick, low tiger shots. It's like really important that you try to keep them out. You stay at that perfect range for Sagat where you're outside of Akuma's crouch medium kick range. Because once Akuma gets in that crouch medium kick range, he is at advantage. But besides that, we're trying to bully him and chip him down. Trying to keep the stack high on many ways to keep him out. So I'm using a lot of different tools here. Trying to keep my space in there. I'll land a really nice whip punch. You can see the damage output Sagat has. It's just crazy. He's got one of the best drive rush conversions in the game, actually. Damage wise, it's huge. And the corner carry is really good as well.
So I try to go for a Tiger Knee there. Have them throw an OD Fireball. See how I dry rush jab there? Just every now and then, you know. I gotta be careful because he's throwing fireballs too. And you saw right here. After I attempt to go when tech throw, he starts to get into crouch medium kick range. So I'm trying going in and going in. See, my attempt failed here. So here, I'm like extra conscious that he can do a crouching medium kick and get a free guess on me, whether I block or not, right? So I'm extra careful here because Sagat's movement speed is really slow. So I just freeze up. Like I can't risk holding back. Otherwise, I risk him going crouching medium kick, right? So I just have to hold that L and just hold my ground at this point. Like, see, and that's exactly what happened too. See, if I kept on holding back and tried to outspace him there, I would have got hit. So it's just something as a Sagat player, because your movement speed is so slow, especially when you're walking backwards, you got to be very mindful of that. So I made the right call though there, even though I guessed wrong, he threw me. Now I'm getting closer to the corner. Missed my light uppercut there. Thankfully, he back threw me. Whether he was anticipating a reversal, at least that got me out of the corner situation. So like right here, see, I'm at this medium range. I'm not throwing tiger shots. It's just too dangerous. Too high a chance, right, that he can jump in on me. Just because the low tiger shot, 50 active frames. So I'm just chill. I'm just gonna walk him down. I got him close to the corner anyways, not taking any risk. You know, a lot of Sagats here would probably throw a tiger knee as well, and you could, but once again, once you get to the higher ranks, it's just really high chance you'll get DI'd or perfect parried, or they can neutral jump. You know, a lot of people are getting used to the tiger knees, and they got clipped. Hold on, let me see how I got hit here. Walk in and walk in. I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to perfect parry in. Oh yeah, okay, we both pressed the button at the same time. Yeah, I was greedy. I went for a crouching medium kick and he went for one to counter hit me. But yeah, really just try to pay attention to the spacing I'm standing. Like that's one really important thing when you're first starting off with Sagat. Because if you try to play him like a Shoto and you try to play closer, you know, you're gonna have a bad time. But Sagat, he's pretty dangerous at that range. You saw right here. He went for crouch medium kick. See, he's trying to get those crouch medium kicks on me, right? So he can make me guess. I jump backwards, and he spent a lot of meter. You know, like if your defense is good and you keep him out, you'll notice you'll have a meter advantage over a lot of players. See, now if he goes for it and risks it again, then he'll be put in burnout, and then now we just chip him down. That's our objective. In fact, I probably should have did OD Tiger Knee here, just to kind of force that -2 and just chip him down. But I noticed it. See how I tried to dry rush medium punch there? Tried to seal the deal. I even did OD high tiger shot. I'm just trying to do my best to get him into burnout at this point. So I didn't do the OD high tiger shot like raw, just because it's dangerous, because it's slow. So I did a low first, and then I see it collide with the fireball, and then I did a high, and then I went for it. Just in case. Be careful. That was nice. I shouldn't have spent a meter there in the end. That OD high tiger shot I did, I don't think that's a good idea because it put me close into burnout. Now I'm in burnout, so my objective here, stay away. Like I'm trying to keep him out, right? I'm trying to counter poke him, trying to abuse that crouching medium kick, but I gotta be careful because I gotta worry about him doing DI as well. So I see it right there, right there. I'm just worried about it. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta be careful. I'm like halfway there at this point. What I'm doing, what I'm thinking about right now, so I'm trying to stand not too close to him, where I'm in that crouch medium kick range, but close enough so that if he goes for DI raw at this point, I can back throw him into the corner. So I throw one tiger shot here, and like it's dangerous. It's super dangerous, but at the same time, you can't just sit there. Otherwise, they're just gonna push you to the corner. So you do have to take some risk, but I only throw one shot here. At this point, I'm waiting for him to throw a fireball. And I went for level 3. I thought I was in range, but, you know, I wasn't. Jump forward, expected a throw, and yeah, I got bopped. Alright, let's check this next match here. So same thing, like I said, like even for Akuma, Akuma's got really good movement speed. Like you can see He's having troubles getting in a lot. He spends a lot of resources to get in. That's what you want with Sagat. There's that heavy punch. Yeah, sneaking in there. I'm not just throwing just heavies, you know. Tried to challenge that drive rush. He's trying to get me to flinch to do a lot of tiger uppercuts. In this situation, I can just go heavy kick. Just if I'm not sure, I just chill. Like you can see when he's doing the demon flips on me, I am doing the uppercut motion. I'm just not hitting the launch codes. Like I buffer it. I'm just to judge if he's coming towards me because you got time. Especially you can do crouch uppercuts. But I don't press the button, right? I just chill because I know he's trying to bait it. I use a lot of that standing leg kick as well. It's the same speed as crouching medium punch, but it just goes a little further. This was kind of bad. I should have did OD low tiger shot because he's got almost no meter here. And he's just keeping me in the corner. I should just did OD low just to get myself out. I shouldn't have sat here like this. Yeah, that tech throw gave me full meter. He got impatient. Now I could just take him coast to coast. We could have just back throw him, but I get some damage here and then he goes coast to coast. I challenged him. I mistime it. Dude, I got so impatient. I don't know why I did that. That was so crazy. Don't ever put yourself in burnout like this. Oh, man. Maybe I shouldn't have picked this match. It was a bad match. I shouldn't have done that. But anyways, yeah, it's like I see you in the burnout, so I'm frothing from the mouth because I know I can go for the burnout block string. That's why I did that OD high tiger shot there, but that was like way too risky going for that. But yeah, you see he blocked low in the first hit of that heavy tiger knee. And then he did stand block right after, but it's too late. The first hit, if they don't stand block that first hit, then I'm plus. So he's got to hold that out. Look how much chip that does, and I just throw him too. It's so good. But what I did there was too risky. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in burnout. Right there. I should have did crouching light punch, standing light kick. I did standing light punch. I still could have comboed, but just in case you get those counter hits, I'm doing a lot of crouching light punch once he gets close. Once again, if you ever anti-air, man, always go in, guys. Don't just sit there and like old school Street Fighter 2, throw tiger shots and go back to neutral. You don't want to do that, especially in Street Fighter 6. This goes for pretty much every character. You anti-air, you need to go in, especially if you're sitting on full meter. So I went in, I forced a strike throw, shimmy gas on him, and I went for shimmy. You want to get as much value off that anti-air as you can. So there we go. So he gets wrong. Now I get to put him in the corner. Oh, actually I cash out because I already have the round on him. Look at the damage. I know it's Akuma, but seriously, Sagat's damage output is crazy. Now his combos are getting more optimal. I did a little gimmick here. I did a turret combo. There's a gap in this turret combo, but if you only do it like once every now and then, it's hard to react to. They got to be on point. OD high tiger shot on plus C. I'm just chipping him down. Sagat's like a super bully in the corner. His corner pressure is so good. All right, what do we got here? I'm backing up again. So like when he walks forward, like he has to constantly block low. He's got to worry about that forward light kick, right? And I'm throwing a lot of fireballs, but I'm doing them close. You can see he hasn't jumped on me once yet because I'm doing the low tiger shot really, really close. It's very hard to deal with. If he does happen to jump when I'm throwing it, he'll end up having to cross me up, and therefore I could do a cross-cut uppercut because he can't hit me with his best downwards button because he'll end up behind me. So that's just another reason why you throw those low tiger shots low. Did I get him with the medium kick there? Let's see what I hit him with. Yeah, I hit him with the medium kick. I confirm I get the knockdown. I go for the meterless option with meaty heavy tiger knee. And now he's in the corner. Now it's time to chip. That was a nice perfect parry. Oof. Yeah, he's getting close. He's getting close. I'm getting a little worried here. See, I crouch medium kick. Get that space. Did a little panic jump there. I saw that parry. I should have threw him. Okay, I get a guess again. I went for Shimmy again. So now you see I'm immediately trying to Tiger Knee him. As soon as he's in burnout, it's time to Tiger Knee. And once you get him in that, then they're in so much trouble. Nice. That was 1 bar combo. I pretty much had lethal. I could have just did whatever. But the important thing like to note is that I won that round because of the meter management, right? Because you notice the Sakuma's being put in burnout a lot, right? It's because of Sagat. And chipping them down. You're not just like using corner carry, you're also trying to play Sagat kind of like a brawler because they changed his buttons so much in this game. It all adds up. You see, like I chipped him down a bar before he spent his mirror to go in, and now he's down 4. So now he only gets 1 more, you know, drive rush cancel after that. Otherwise, he's in burnout. Okay, so now I'm in the corner. So in the corner, you gotta be really careful what buttons you use. I'm just being as patient as I can. You know, keep an eye on DI. Being very careful with the Tiger shots. I went for a Tiger Knee here because he was playing it really careful too. He might be waiting for me to jump, but he didn't expect the Tiger Knee. Right here, so he's trying to outspace me and waiting for me to try to jump for it. But if you give Sagat space, then he can Tiger Knee out, and went over the fireball conveniently. Oh, he tried to press. Yeah, just easy. Just bully with those medium punches, and then he happened to get hit by them too. He thought this drive rush was fake, so he tried to challenge me. I get trade combo. Then I just go in again and just spend everything. Yep, was good. It's pretty much like a match against Shoto's, just to give you an idea of the spacing you're supposed to be able to get, but also pay attention to the way I was kind of using the crouch, the low tiger shot, the standing medium kick, crouching jab, standing light kick, just a lot of bully buttons, and chipping them down and getting them close to burnout, and then finishing them off with Tiger Knee. Okay, I tried to find a Kimberly match because a lot of Sagat players are asking me for help on this matchup, so finally found one. Let's check this one out. So right here, don't forget that Sagat's low tiger shot also beats slides. So it's kind of the same thing where you're doing those low tiger shots close. Right here, you tried to sneak in and do that slide. You even did it round start, jeez. But Kimberly players like to jump a lot there too. I wanted to go heavy kick into Nexus there, but I buffered Nexus by accident. A big thing about going against Kimberly with Sagat though, it's more about knowing the Kimberly matchup itself, like universally knowing it, because her run cancels are really crazy now. Oh, I got lucky, threw too early. So when she does like heavy punch, cancel into a run, you want to know that like you can how to parry, the timing to parry her arc step where she jumps off of you, or you want to do a delayed jab in case she goes for a throw or she tries to shimmy you. That's like not Sagat specific, so that'll help you a lot with any matchup having troubles with the new Kimberly. So I have her in the corner, and now I'm bullying with standing heavy punch because she has nothing to threaten me with. I do OD low tiger shot just to make sure that she doesn't do like usually if you know the Kimberly, they'll try a lot of things to get out. OD run, you know what I mean, teleport. So I'm just securing that. I tried to sneak in that sweep after too. I chip him, OD, try to get the sweep. I heavy punch him again when he tries to jump out, and then he gets desperate and goes for DI. And just do baby combo. Like, Sagat's baby DI combo just does so much damage. I drive rush in to kind of force a throw. He went for level 2. I mean, I probably could have blocked that, to be honest, but, you know, I just did OD uppercut just to guarantee I'd stop him. So I neutral jump there. I mean, every Kimberly, I mean, you never know, right? They're going to run, slide. That's a universal thing as well. Yeah, I snuck in a Tiger Knee in there as well. So right here, this was a really bad Tiger shot on my part because see, I threw it close. See, he's getting out like Kimberly players when they get frustrated, they're gonna jump sooner or later. But right here, I threw the Tiger shot after he jumped. See, after he jumped, that was really bad.
See, I'm in a really bad spot now. I try to go for a parry. I'm in the mix. I just bust out. I spent a lot of meter. I was so desperate to get out of the corner. I already spent 2. I think going for this drive rush forward light kick was too desperate on my part. I shouldn't have done that. But at least I'm out of the corner now. I have to make sure I don't make no more mistakes. I anticipated the teleport, but I didn't get the follow-up after that light punch. Now I'm back in the corner. Tried to parry the arc step as well. You see, when Kimberly jumped off of me on the arc step, I had that spacing for that light tiger knee. That was good. But the screen didn't shake. Some people don't know that the screen shakes with Sagat's tiger knee is +1 at least. There we go. That's another thing too. You know, if you have level 3, Sagat's anti-airs are even more crazy. You might as well always buffer it into level 3. Always. If only Sagat's tiger uppercut always did this much damage. To drive rush in. And he did a bad slide. And then I just cash out. And you don't want to stand too far from Kimberly, because then he's going to be able to space a slide on you. Yeah, he just went for a jump in. Like I said, you see how he has to guess the jump so hard in front of me? Like you see, he jumps so close to me. Right? Because it's just when I'm only throwing the low tiger shot close, it just makes it so much harder for him to do that. So he has to guess so ahead of time. And then I drive rush, and remember, always go in after you anti-air. I go for strike. And I guess correctly, and then we push him to the corner. That was a good counter poke he did on me. See, here's the DI on the arc step. But right here, I actually forgot the combo to do, but I remember what it is later. So the guy can do a real nasty coast-to-coast combo on Kimberly. If you ever perfect parry the arc step, just hit DI with any character. It's a guaranteed DI. If you try to like go for attack or stuff, then Kimberly might be able to do the kick follow-up. You know, like it's a little wonky. The DI just guarantees that you're gonna hit her. So I screwed up there, but it's okay. Okay, back to neutral. So I'm being very careful. And Tiger says, "No, Vesper, no!" I'm yelling at myself. Why would I throw a tiger shot there? It's so dangerous. I gotta listen to my own advice. I was actually surprised he went for the arc step again. So I proved to him I could perfect parry it. So I anticipated him going for shimmy. And I do delay jab. But he did arc step again. See? That threw me off. I got salty there because I didn't end down forward, so I got accidental level 1. Thankfully, it hit. That gave me some space. That was a bad tiger knee. There we go. See, so I perfect parried again, so because I realized he's just gonna keep doing it, and there we go. I got the dream combo. Conveniently, the Nexus does 1 hit on Kimberly after the DI juggle, so I can take him coast to coast, baby. That's such a great punish for arc step. Super good punish. Then forward heavy kick, heavy uppercut. Went for wake up level 2 again. He should have did wake up level 1 though. Not 2. I don't even think level 2 is even invincible. What did he do? Did he do the bad slide there? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Still doing the arc step. That's really throwing me off. Like, once again, I thought he was going to change it up. So I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, okay, he's going to go arc step all the way. So a lot of the times, like, as I'm doing these tiger shots, I'm using my buttons. The main thing he's trying to do to get in is slide. Like, lots of slides. But conveniently, low tiger shot beats that. And standing in the right spot. Don't stand too far. That's the main thing. This slide, man. I try to jump. Okay. I was ready. I'm old, but I'm not that old. And I take him coast to coast. Oh, I dropped the combo. Never mind. I'm just waiting for teleport, man. And I learned my lesson throwing that tiger shot from last time. So I'm just chilling. I had the life lead. But now it's gone. Ugh. That's crazy. Okay. I got a little lucky. Then I dropped my call. Oh, man. This is sloppy. Why did I pick this match? Should have picked a different Kimberly match. Okay, what do we got here? Man, he's still sliding on round start. Man, like, I notice a lot of Sagat players are saying they're getting DI'd all the time. Especially in the lower ranks because, you know, he's got committal buttons. But remember, they're taking a risk. They're not reacting to anything when they're pressing drive impact. They're just guessing. So when you get hit by Sagat's drive impact, man, you're getting put to the corner. He's got really scary DI combos, so I'm not too worried about that. There we go. There I got the sweep conversion. Oh, nice. I went for the cheeky neutral jump. It should be game over. Yeah, that's max damage. Yeah, 2 guesses. Remember, this whole situation happened because he guessed DI, right? And you'll notice when you play Sagat, once your defense gets better and you really play to his strengths of keeping people out, you'll notice a lot of players start to get frustrated. They'll start going for more slides, more DIs, more jumps. That's what you want. So you can capitalize because Sagat has good punishes for those. Okay, for the last match, I wanted to get a tough one, and that is against Cammy. I'm sure you guys know how hard it is for Sagat against Cammy, man. Dude, it is crazy. Like, half the time, I don't even know if I should even try to react to those dive kicks. But yeah, it's the same kind of idea. It's a true test of your defense. And no matter what, you're not going to stop her from getting in, and her buttons can go toe-to-toe with yours. So I recommend a lot of patience. Try to recognize their habits. Don't always try to take your turn because you have to respect those dive kicks at all times. And really, yeah, play as solid as you can in the corner. So I didn't press a button there because I knew a dive kick was going to happen. But man, you either got to uppercut, you got to try a perfect parry. I'm burnt out. I'm in so much trouble here. I get out, but here we go. This is my last chance now. I go for throw. Damn, you guessed right. I got desperate at the tiger knee. So I did that walk forward medium punch. Hoping he would press the button, but he tried jumping there, so I hit him in the air. You got to worry about Cammy's spin knuckle as well. So right there, see, that's a kind of a good example. You need to remember if you're patient enough and then the Cammy goes for it, like the jump or the dive kick, and you get that anti-air, then you're out. You know, you're waiting for that opportunity, but you need to be ready for that opportunity as well. So I'm just careful. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for it, seeing what he does, and then I try to counter poke him. He tries to whiff punish me, he misses. Then I go for a low tiger shot, and then he gets impatient and goes for it. So I'm ready for it. Now it's time to get out. Get out. Go for pressure. He tries to walk back, so I went for low after that medium. Drive rush medium. But I gotta worry about the spin knuckles too, man. I get a little desperate, so I do a tiger knee there. Oof. I went for a shimmy, but he went for a wake up perfect parry. Either way, I got 2 big rewards for landing those anti-airs, but I'm running out of steam. And nice, I got a good hit there. And just full cash out on all my meter. So, it didn't look like I was winning that round, though. I'm not gonna lie. But the key thing was anti-airing him when I was in that corner, being patient. That's what gave me the chance. Try to go for 4 leg kick there. I thought he would walk back. Like I said, I'm trying to get as many opportunities as I can after every anti-air. He messed up his dive kick. Lucky me. Then I got shimmy. Nice. So pretty much all my damage, guys, that I'm getting so far is all off anti-airs.
I anti-air him, and then I force the guess. That's what's getting me everything right now. Ooh, then I flinch. That's the problem. Like, when you're against Cammy, you're so locked in that if he even leaves the floor, you know you have to do that uppercut so quickly. Okay, I have no meter. I try to check him. Yeah, I'm probably dead here. Probably. I honestly don't know if I win this. Okay. Yeah, I'm toast. I'm toast. Oh, went for 4 light kick there. The thing is, like, even myself watching this now, like, I can see I'm not confident, you know? You gotta stick to the plan. You have to go in. I can't just sit there and be like a training dummy that has to react to this guy jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do something to stick out. Otherwise, what's the point of even playing him? You know, like, I had to get closer there and start throwing some tiger shots. I'm basically walking myself to the corner. Like, I'm giving him neutral right away. So you kind of just have to step in the fire with Sagat versus Cammy. Okay, nice. At least I'm getting my uppercuts half the time. See, that was a good example, actually, right there. I notice he walks back a lot after I pressure him. So we're talking about before, you can go for a little risk and go for forward heavy kick or forward light kick. So I choose forward heavy kick. I'm plus here, +4. And crouch and light kick, perfectly timed if he presses or if he walks back. And I check him. That's nice. Be really careful when you throw tiger shots against Cammy, though, after you knock her down. Like, if she has level 3, can't do it. You gotta worry about spin knuckle, too, so. I threw a medium there, and I noticed he goes for parry, so that's why I did a dry rush after, but he got the perfect parry. Oh, I tried to uppercut that. Got no meter. I'm gonna be putting burnout. Now we just gotta survive. Oof. Oh, that was disgusting. Disgusting. Oh, I went for a forward heavy kick there. I usually don't do that. Nice. Call him pressing. Went a little too crazy, though. I spent too much meter. Should have cashed out. Okay, there we go. Now, see, I'm starting to play a little bit more confidently. There we go. See, now I'm actually putting him into the corner. See, I should have played this from the starting. I think it's not that I'm playing more confidently, guys. It's more like I've thrown in the towel. I'm like, what do I have to lose at this point? You know what I'm saying? So I might as well just go in. So I'm going for that chip. A lot of mediums. And the OD high tiger shot. A lot of dive kicks here. Oh, man. Oh, I'm gonna need a Christmas miracle. So I'm one shot here. He went for a hooligan. I saw that. That's an easy juggle combo. Okay, barely survive. Yeah, I'm not pressing buttons here. I'm too tunnel vision on the dive kick. Oh, there we go. Started throwing some more tiger shots though. Oh, I got clipped there. Nice. Yeah, see, you still continue to walk back. See, I'm checking him low. It's really important with Sagat, man. After that dry rush medium punch, you want to know all your options. There we go. I checked the spin knuckle. He was getting a little desperate trying to get in, but I was ready for it. Right there, see? He doesn't have level 3, so I'm not scared to throw those tiger shots a little bit more. There we go. That was a good round. Kept them out. Oof. He went for like the early guess, but it's not the end of the world, like I said, because of Sagat's chip. But since I'm playing so passively here, I'm not capitalizing off that. I got hit by spin knuckle. Oh my god, I'm taking so much chip. That was worth it, but I'm already really low here. Just getting out. I missed that uppercut. Ugh. There we go. Oh, okay. Try to just go for throw. See, notice how I'm getting desperate? Now I started throwing tiger shots and it's working. See? Now that I'm looking at this. Should have realized that. I should do this more often, guys. This is helping me level up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's in burnout. It's my favorite tie. See, trying to do OD knee. He's trying to get out. Remember, he's +2 on that. That was so ugly. Look at this. He's trying so hard to get out of this situation. Nah, dude. I'm gonna chip you down. I'm telling you, man. Sagat's burnout streams are so good. It's so funny seeing a Cammy just abort Mish like that. Oh, what did I try to do? I think I tried a heavy kick there. I haven't been doing enough reversals too. I'm more of a defensive player, but I should have showed him I'm willing to do that a little earlier in the set. Okay, I get lucky there. He tried to shimmy me, but he was too close. So it's throw loop time. I went for a walk forward pseudo throw loop, but he pressed on me. Go for pressure. See, got that forward heavy kick, so I take another turn. I gotta be careful. I'm throwing tiger shots. You got level 3 here. But I'm throwing close, making it tough. I block. I got a lot of meter though. No reason to panic. Lots of meter. Oh my god. Oh, I got lucky there. The party starter. Yeah, it's over. I got 3 bars. Alright, nice. And I get that dub. Okay, cool. So maybe not the best Cammy replay to show you guys. It doesn't. I don't know if that's gonna boost morale for Sagat players, but yeah, this was pretty fun actually breaking down some of my replays. So if you guys ever want to see something like this again, let me know. It's actually pretty fun. Wow, I think that's it, guys. That's probably one of the longest character guides I've ever done, and we did it all in a single stream. So don't forget, guys, I stream every single day. So if you guys have any additional questions or you want more information, I'm really easy to find. You just visit my stream and just ask me questions there, and I'll be happy to answer them. Or of course, you can leave a comment on my YouTube channel, and I'll try my best to answer everybody's questions. And then, of course, when we revisit Sagat and play him more and I learn more, of course, I'll share them with you. So as we learn more characters in Street Fighter 6, I love to do guides on them. So thanks so much for watching, guys. And once again, like if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Till next time, guys. Peace.